Now, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Purple Pod Class, the #1 show in the world for dating, right here in Dallas, Texas. We got a really fire show coming to y'all tonight. Please like the video on y'all's way in, though. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't catch every one of our shows. We got a really good one going tonight, don't we, Johnny?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah, guys. So we're going to jump right into it. Make sure, though, to go check out our other channel, Purple Pod Live, and subscribe to it so then we can show some support on that other YouTube algo. But to start off, ladies, we just want to know your name, your age, your education level, what do you do for work, and your relationship status. Let's start on the side where we got some new people since Lex Luthor's here for the 8th time. But yeah, start over here.
Yeah, so my name is Alice. I'm 23. I graduated college 2 years ago. I work in tech, and I'm currently single.
Currently single?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Where'd you say you worked at?
I work in tech.
In tech?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Name, age, education level, what you do for work, and yeah, relationship status.
Okay. My name is Caitlin. I'm 24. I work as an account representative at a car dealership. I have some college. I plan on going back, just not at this moment. What was the other question?
Relationship status and shit. Just school and then work, really.
Yeah. Single AF.
Single AF?
Yeah.
But so like y'all both said single. I feel like there's like different kinds of singles. There's like super single, like where you're not talking to nobody, or like you're not fucking nobody and stuff. And then there's like single where like you're kind of messing with other people. So which one are y'all in? Is it like single or is it like just single?
I'm single.
You're single?
Yeah.
Are you,
Second one.
you're single?
Yeah, I'm just single
You're
dating.
Okay. Hey Bassett, will you hit the fan for me, the oscillating one, really quick? I didn't realize how hot it was gonna get with the lights on. Holy shit, I'm already sweating. Right here, hit the oscillating one. You can turn those ones on too, but the oscillating is the really big one. But no, what about you though? Thank you so much for coming. What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
Hi there. My name
Bassett.
is... Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oscillating button, top left, right there. Thank you.
My name is Violet Crowley. I am 25 years old. I'm currently back in school. I'm going to cosmetology school right now.
Talk into the mic, please.
A little bit more.
I'm going to cosmetology school right now. And I am freshly single. What's there anything else?
Freshly single. You said you went to cosmetology school. Where are you working for right now?
Currently I own a pet sitting business, but I'm an opera singer on the side.
Opera singer?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Since I was 6.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Is it in your family? Like, is your mom or dad really good too?
My uncle got me into music, and my entire family has always been very music driven.
Wow, that is crazy. I feel like I've never met somebody that actually can do that. Can you hit a bar for us?
If I warm up, yeah. Proper vocal techniques.
You need like to do the honey and tea and stuff before you do it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's dope still.
Because I don't want to hit a note and then like fuck up, you know. I'm on camera.
Everybody's gonna make fun of you. Yeah. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what do you do for work, and your relationship status?
Yeah. My name's Rachna. I'm 23. I finished undergrad last year. I finished up my master's this year, and I am a product manager. And relationship status, I am in a relationship.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
2.5 years.
Congratulations.
Oh,
You want to get married?
Yeah, in the future.
Yeah, he wants to get married too, probably.
He does, yeah.
That's dope. I wanted to ask again, what did you say your name was though?
Rachna.
Rachna?
Mhm.
That's a dope name. What about you, Lex Luthor? Thank you for coming back. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the 1,000th time for everybody.
I'm 23. I have an associate's in business and associate's in pastry arts. I work as a pastry chef. And relationship status is I am dating someone finally, so you can stop leaving alone about it.
Yeah, she's dating somebody, guys.
Hey.
What? Bro, what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Well,
man?
to just get into it, we got a really good questions list for y'all because my boy Johnny here prepared us for tonight's show. So go ahead and get started, bro.
All right, let's get right into it. I want to ask ladies, what is the #1 problem in the dating market today? We'll start with you.
I'll have to think about it. Give me a second.
I'd probably say communication. Nobody just tells people.
Can you
what
talk
they
closer to
want.
the mic, please?
Yeah, nobody just tells anybody what they want. So I feel like communication is probably the biggest issue.
What do you mean by that? They're not telling them what they want.
So like, if you're just looking for a hookup, just say that instead of leading somebody on, or wasting their time, or like if you're actually looking for a relationship, or if you are confused at the moment and you're not emotionally ready. A lot of people won't admit any of that, won't say any of that, have that conversation. So
Mhm.
then you're left with a bunch of mixed feelings, and people get hurt that way, and it makes things a little harder.
That's a good answer. I'll come back to that. Write this down, Sergio, or make a mental note. Make a mental note. I'll come back to that. You?
We live in a world where we are dating people and it's like, oh my God, you're amazing. But let me see if I can go find something better and maybe come back to this kind of thing. And that's just no commitment, no full commitment. You put yourself in a position to fully trust somebody and they make you feel that way and then they just dip out. And that's the issue with dating nowadays. You got something good, but you're greedy for something else.
I mean, whatever she said. I was going to say it's that 80-20 thing where you'll have the 80%, but then you're going to always look for that 20%. And then you jump to the 20% and you find out they don't have the 80% that you just lost.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cycle that people repeat, I feel like. And I feel like if you're on dating apps, it feels like you have the whole world at your fingertips. And I mean, you honestly don't. Like, you should, try and make it work with, the people that you click with. So, yeah.
Try to make it work. That's
Yeah.
a good advice.
The whole everybody wants somebody who's perfect. My coworker and I were actually talking about this all this week as a joke, but like the whole trend of like what gives you the ick, and it's like these mundane little stupid things that girls won't date a guy over. Like, he uses an umbrella. That's too feminine. Like they're stupid, but these girls are serious, and all the comments are agreeing. And like, I don't know, that they want something that doesn't exist, but they're not also willing to be something. I like to say you have to be what you want to attract. And so if you want a man who's gonna like morally be good for you, be loyal, hard worker, all of those things, you have to have that. You attract the energy that you give off.
Yeah.
So just to bounce off that, have any of you guys had any icks? Has there been anything that a guy's done that if he was hot, he can get away with? I'll start with you. Have you ever had an ick for any guy?
If you're hot, you can't get away with it. Like if you're not a hard worker, you're not for me.
Being not a hard worker is an ick for you?
For ick, I mean little like things that are.
I know. I'm asking. Do you have any of those?
Not nothing superficial.
Okay.
Like that, no.
What about you?
The first thing that comes to mind is when a guy's like getting out of his car and his butt crack.
No.
Has your boyfriend ever gotten caught doing that?
Once.
And then what happened to his attraction level? Did it go down slightly?
I think for like 3 seconds. And I was like, he's only human. Like, what can I do? But I think that's like the only one I feel like.
But if it was the first date, with him?
I mean,
oh,
it would make me rethink. But
that would have set the whole trajectory of the relationship.
No, I don't think so.
Differently, huh? No? You think he would have saved it?
What do you mean?
His personality would have saved it?
I absolutely
Okay.
think so.
Well, I'll give you that.
I don't really get the ick. People are just people.
Nothing's happened? You've never gotten the egg once from like a situation like that?
Nah.
Really?
When I love somebody, I just love them for all their flaws and all that. You gotta.
But even getting to there's a gap between just knowing someone and like loving them. Getting to know them. When you're getting to know someone, has anyone given you the ick on anything that you say, all right, I had a great time, but I think our time's done?
I can't think of it on the top of my head. No.
Okay.
I can't do the sagging pants at all.
The what?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Gangster, like sagging pants?
I hate it so much.
What about it?
Why is your whole butt out? Why do you think that that's attractive?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I get the ick, honestly.
Can you guys talk closer to the mic?
Yeah.
For some reason, the audio's not picking you guys up too good. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think I get the ick, honestly. Quite easily.
Really?
Yeah. It could be the smallest things, like more gentleman behavior, like, oh, you don't open the door for me, ick.
Oh, if you don't open the door.
Yeah, that could
What about car doors?
No, I don't really care about that.
Really? So car doors, I have a rule too. Like I don't open any car doors, but I'll open every other door just because I gotta secure the perimeter, make sure it's
fair.
safe. But the car doors, like you go open your own car door.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that there's no one on the other side of the car. I'll clear it out, but
yeah.
So you agree with that?
Yes. No, I agree with that.
What other things are like weird like that that you like gentlemanly things that you like?
If they walk ahead of me, I get really irritated.
They need to walk behind you.
No, they need to walk even or almost behind me, because I
Mm.
saw this thing a while back where if someone walks ahead of you, it's almost as if they don't value you and they almost think that they're superior to you.
No, I'll tell you why. Because if you're with a man's gonna secure the perimeter. If you're on the side, if, let's say we're in downtown Dallas
Yeah.
and you're on the sidewalk, and he's on the side of the street. Most guys, that's easy to know, right? You know this. But what you don't know is that the only thing protecting you on that side is the wall. So guys that care and guys that know what they're doing, they're gonna be aware of their surroundings at all times. So there will be times where if I'm walking with the girl, I'll step in front of her to see behind her to make sure there's no one coming from behind us, and I'm able to be right in front of her just in case someone comes from the front to defend and protect her if anything were to go down. So not all the time. I would maybe sometimes what you're saying, but most of the time, if the guy's trying to take care of her and protect her, he's ahead of her, and he's ahead of her or behind her, but always watching around her. So I wouldn't put too much thought into it like the way you're doing if he's a real man. But if he's not a real man and you see in other circumstances where he bails on you whenever shit hits the fan, then that's when you can say that.
I was gonna say it's about where you're at. Like on the street, if you walk a little ahead of me and I'm a little behind you, it's a protection. It's a leadership thing. If you're like somewhere inside that's safe, it's side by side.
Right.
That's
I
kind of-
agree, but still the man has to lead. So at some point he has to take the first step, and you have to be cool with being a little bit behind them. I mean, in your relationships, do you want them to be 50-50?
No. And when I say that they're in front of me, I'm talking about like significant.
Oh yeah. Agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
Like if you're just slightly ahead of me, that's fine.
Like 2 feet. You're talking about 5 feet, 10 feet.
No, like
Even
I think
2
where
foot.
we are right now.
Like
That's like 2
3
feet. That's like 3 feet. You're cool with that?
No, I would not be cool.
Oh, that's too
You
much.
should be
That's too
holding my
much.
hand.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
walking up
gonna
the
say.
steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna hold my hand.
Like yeah, exactly.
What if the guy's like, here, grab my arm,
That's fine. And he's in front of me. That's fine.
and he walks fast?
Yeah,
So your little legs have to walk
then that's fair.
double the speed. You're
Yeah.
cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. At least you're willing to keep up. So we were just talking about icks and how she was saying how girls will have icks and
I was talking about superficial things, not standards. I feel like we're talking about standards.
now she's talking about standards. It's
Well,
super,
yeah.
okay. All right.
Hmm.
All right. Next.
I'm learning a lot about these ladies.
What makes a real man? We'll start with you.
I think it's a
A
mindset.
beard.
No, it's a mindset of like wanting to be protective, provision, respect. I feel like real men respect women even when they're not attracted to them, and that's something that I've noticed a lot. I've seen a lot of men, and they'll be interested in me, and the second I'm not interested in them sexually or romantically, like they no longer respect me.
Do you think that more often than not, men are respectful to those who they're not attracted to, or women are respectful to those they're not attracted to? Would you say more often than not?
Oh, it goes both ways. I've
More often than not.
probably women are more disrespectful to
Right.
people they're not attracted to. for
Right.
sure.
I agree. Continue.
I mean, I was gonna disagree with that. I feel
Ooh.
like from what I've seen, I feel like men are definitely way more disrespectful to women that they're not attracted to.
Really?
Not in any like aggressive sort of way, but I think more just like it is disrespectful if you're not like if there's someone there and you're just like ignoring them and like not putting them into the conversation just because like they're not the one that you want to talk to. Like if you're going out and you're like with your girlfriends and everything, and like there's obviously this guy that like is only focused on one girl and like not acknowledging anyone else. I feel like I see that a lot happen a lot more. But I feel like with girls, like even if someone's like someone we're not attracted to, we're still gonna give them like the time of day. Like that's how I feel.
Are all your friends like that, or you just like that?
No, I think all my friends are like that. Like, I mean, I think Alice is like that. I think like.
So y'all have never just made a face at a guy and
No.
just that? Really?
No, I mean, look, if he's like really like coming on to me, I will like ignore him obviously because I don't want that type of attention. But like if he's just like
What
a
if he's
nice
really?
guy-
What if he's not a nice guy, but he's a masculine guy and he knows what he wants and he goes up to you, and let's say you're single.
Okay.
He goes up to you and he's square in front of you
Mm-hmm.
and he looks you dead in the eye and he tells you his intentions. No bullshit. He's not trying to be a nice guy. He's not trying to compliment you. He's just saying, "Hey, you look good. I seen you over here,
Mhm.
and I want to get to know you." So that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like no, thank you, and like go, but I'm not gonna just like make a face and be like fuck you and then walk away. Like that's not. I don't know. That's like not how I operate. That's
Yeah.
not how like my girlfriends operate. Obviously, like that's just my like.
And
limited
that's why you're in a
view, right?
relationship
So, like,
probably, because you
Well,
carry that same
I
respect.
was gonna say I've
through.
seen. I like to go to Red River, right? And
Mhm.
not so much anymore. When I was single, trying to get out, do some things, and I went with some girlfriends, and they were like so rude to all these men who wanted to dance with them. I was
Right.
like, hey, it's a dance. They're not trying to marry you. They're
Right,
not trying to
right.
go home. It's part of being here. There's no reason to be mean
So
to
you've
them.
seen that, what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm like, it's not serious. Just be nice.
Okay. What makes a real man? Oh, what makes a real man?
Oh, what makes a real man? That's tough. I totally forgot to think about the question. I definitely think.
Describe your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's literally what you gotta do.
I think
That's funny.
honesty, like the one thing I love about my boyfriend is like he's fully, completely honest and transparent. Like even if he feels like it might like hurt my feelings or something, and that's kind of how I know is because when he'll
So,
be
so,
very
so when
honest.
a girl with a fat ass walks by and he looks at it, he's like, "Damn, she got a fat ass." Is that what you mean?
I mean, yeah, certain situations, but I feel like mainly just like, yeah, I would say honesty, and then also ambition. I feel like makes a real man. Someone who, even if you're struggling, like you still are wanting something and you're going towards it.
Do you
So,
think that a guy with drive is like a really big deal for like relationship material? Like he needs to have a lot of drive.
I mean, yeah, if
100%.
you're wanting to get married and stuff, yeah, I want you to have drive.
Do you think that a guy can, have a lot of drive, but he just drives you off the cliff? Like it's going the wrong direction.
Yeah. If someone has too much drive enough that they don't care about the relationship, then you can't have both.
No, I don't. I mean, predicting a racehorse. We like to call it a dark horse. So, like in horse racing, like the best thing to do is to bet on the dark horse, which is the one with the hardest odds, like the worst odds. And I would say like the best way to find that is find a guy with drive, but it needs to be purpose driven. It can't just be drive because that drive will drive you off of a cliff. He'll go into businesses trying to do shirt stuff, all types of ignorant stuff because he has a lot of drive. He has a lot of ambition. But it's for the stupidest thing.
Maybe to be famous. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people have
Okay.
drives to be famous,
Mhm.
but that purpose is not there because all they care about is fame. If you
Right.
have purpose, it doesn't really matter. Everything else, purpose is first.
Right.
Just
Right.
purpose driven is something I like to say instead because a lot of women say ambition, a lot of women say drive, and it's just like make sure you focus a little bit more than just say those words. Like purpose driven sounds a little bit better, and it's just more likely to not be a failure if you're betting on a dark horse. If you're betting on a guy.
I wanted to go back. You said honesty, right?
Mhm.
Do you think that lying by omission is a form of lying in your relationship? If he were to do something in his past that you would not be happy with, like
Mhm.
he knows you're the kind of girl you are, he knows the
Mhm.
personality you are,
Mhm.
and you were to find out he did this, this, and this, is it lying by omission in your eyes?
It depends. So if I like, let's say I like directly ask him a question about his past,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, did you like sleep with this person? Did you like?
What if you
whatever?
asked
Did
him?
you have gay sex?
No.
Yeah.
What if you asked him, is there anything that you've done in your past
Mhm.
that I would need to know about
Yeah.
that could affect the
And
way I
he-
think about
and
you?
he doesn't answer it honestly. I do think that that's lying by omission.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like
I
if
do
he ever
because I'm directly
So
asking
if
him.
what if he ever used a prostitute one time?
Are you saying like just what if he ever did? How? I'd
Yeah,
feel about it?
Like if you wanted to ask him one day, hey, have you ever used a prostitute before? And he
Yeah.
told you yes, how would that make you feel?
Obviously, my first reaction would be like, why the fuck did you do that?
But
And
was
then-
that like breakup worthy?
Well, because I think it's complicated because when you know a person for like, if you've been dating this long and that's not something that fits into his like character, like how I think he is, it's like weird to me. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna question it and I'm gonna like ask for the truth and like,
Boom. So check this out. You make a great point.
okay,
So a lot of girls are just like that, right?
Okay.
You think you got a perfect girl, she's innocent, this and that. Her past is incongruent with the way I see her. Her past is incongruent. She was a
Okay.
hoe, but now she's pure. She's selling me the
what do you
purity.
mean by pure though?
Purity, let's say not promiscuous, just not around.
promiscuous.
She's focused on her purpose. She's not
Okay.
focused on the world.
Or
Like a
men.
man.
You can't be both. You can't be.
You can't be focused
promiscuous.
on the world. You can't be
And-
on your purpose and focused on the world. It's two different things. It's
Yeah.
like a dog chasing its tail and chasing a ball at the same time. You can't do it.
Okay.
Hey, because you're either following the crowd or you're following
God.
your purpose. Yeah,
Or
something completely separate.
something bigger than you.
Next question.
What makes a real man?
Honesty and loyalty.
Is lying by omission lying?
Um. Hmm. If I give you the platform to tell me the truth, I'm gonna expect you to tell me the truth.
No, you
from
say,
the
hey,
get-go.
is there anything in your past that I should know about that could affect the way I think about you going forward?
Well, I hope he tells me the truth when I ask that question. If he doesn't, then that's kind of fucked up, because that means he doesn't trust me enough to provide me with that information.
And you would give him the same thing back.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything.
yeah,
All the dirt, all the evil, everything.
yeah.
Okay.
If they don't
Fair
love
enough.
the evil part of me,
Fair
then
enough.
they don't want me.
Fair enough.
I gotta ask her really quick. I want to ask her really quick.
Yeah.
Do you think loyalty is the same between men and women?
It can be.
It can be.
Depending on the breed of person. Yeah.
But would you say that like what a guy considers loyalty and what a woman considers loyalty can be two completely different things?
Like I
Like-
said, it really just depends on the breed of person.
In general.
Well, so
in
like,
general.
well, yeah, in general.
In general.
Yeah, don't like personify with it.
Mm,
Most men, most women.
most men, most women. The good majority, yeah. Yeah.
It's the same.
I do. I do.
So whenever you are, mad at your boyfriend,
Yeah.
what would make you mad more if he went and slept with another girl and like there was no strings attached, like he went and slept with her and he's back, or him going and having an affair and like paying for another girl's apartment, like being with like spending a lot of time with her, like having sex with her regularly, like he communicates with her all day every day. Which one would bother you more?
The second one, obviously.
Well,
'cause
let's say
that's
they're not having
emotional.
sex. Let's say they're not having sex. The second one, but they're not having sex.
Yeah. Take the sex out of it. Which one would bother you more?
Oh. Ooh.
You made it too easy with that one.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good question.
Yeah, and then so flip it though, and then if it was a guy, would you feel the same way? Like or if it was like the other way around, and say you were buying things for other men, or like you just flip the whole script, how do you think it would be seen?
It would be giving guys sexual attention. That's the way.
Yeah.
That's the alternative.
Honestly, the second one still seems worse to me because that's like way more investment than just like a once in a
Maybe
life.
because he's investing his time into her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's emotion.
that brings emotions to the table, and I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, because shout out to Dr. David Buss. What he likes to talk about how is that we have two different ways we see loyalty. Like y'all are really crazy about your time investment with a man, because say like you spend your whole youth with him, or you've had multiple children with him, and then he goes and has an affair with other women. There's a fear that he's going to go make a whole new family with her and just leave you dry. So like y'all really care about that type of trust, or that type of loyalty, whereas a guy really cares about your sexual loyalty, and that's it. And the reason why it's sexual loyalty is because we didn't have a way to tell if the baby was ours for 100,000 years as Homo sapiens. There was no way of telling if that was my baby in you or somebody else's.
Yeah.
So we really give a shit about sexual loyalty, and y'all really give a shit about provisioning loyalty, or the energy that he's giving to another woman, an affair, because it's just not the same. Like we would go crazy for you going to have sex with a guy just one time, but some women actually will be okay with that, but they're more crazy about an affair. They're crazy about him giving his life away to that other woman.
Another thing, piggyback off what he said, was if another dude impregnated you, you were off limits for 9 months. I could not impregnate you back in the day. So because he's taking up that spot, now it's like, all right, what other mate can I find? Well, back then there was only so many girls in the tribe. There's only so much. So if an alpha came and started smashing all the girls, now 30%, 40% of dudes are not having babies, and that's where we're at now. A lot of guys now are virgins or haven't had sex in a year, even today, and it's gonna keep happening forever. I mean, it's not a big deal. Y'all been good. Females have been good. Y'all been continuing to have babies no matter what. But us guys, some of us will unsadly
Don't
not
give
have
them
babies.
flowers. Their birth rate's way lower too, bruv. We both got shitty birth rates right now, male and female.
Well,
it sucks for them, because if they are getting pregnant right now and they're not married, it's definitely by a guy that's probably not like
it's more likely.
holding it down too well.
Yeah, it's more likely.
But yeah, for you, what do you think a man is?
I kind of agree with like Lexi's whole thing. I definitely believe that like what a man should be is protective and not necessarily providing, but I do think that he should have a plan for his future, as well as we should have a plan together. How was I trying to explain this? Like, okay. So following your ambition and drive thing, I definitely think that he should be able to build on his own. We should be able to build separately as well as together. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things I have for what a man should be is if you are not driven for your own plan in your life, then how are we ever going to get anywhere?
Well, you said provisioning didn't matter, right?
Hmm?
You said provisioning didn't matter. If he's a provider, it didn't matter.
No, I do.
Because if he has the ambition or drive, it's okay.
Well, not even just that. I just don't believe that financially that one person or the other should be more important on that end. It should be equal.
Have you ever done that before?
Multiple times.
Are you single?
Let's wait to get this way, bro.
Yes.
Why are you still single? Or like, why aren't you with any of them?
Cheating.
Huh?
Cheating.
I know, but like, I'm just proving. You just proved my point, though. Like, it never works out whenever you try to do something like that. It's never gonna work. This is a big cope that's in society today where everybody always tries to be like, oh no, we can split bills, we can be 50-50. I don't need a provider. And low key, you are hardwired for one to want a provider, and he's hardwired to want to be one. And if he doesn't want to be one, or he's not striving for it, or he's not being it, that's a bucket of red flags that probably comes along with cheating. The thing is like anytime a woman says what you just said, like you want it to be equal like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, it comes from a place of trauma. It comes from a place of I've given my soul and I've given my heart and my devotion to a man before, and he broke my heart. He took that from me, and I'm never going to give this to another man again, because if I ever do that again, it's going to hurt really fucking bad. But the bottom line is you need to find a man that you can give yourself fully to, devotion to, and you can trust fully in that way. And that's the only way that you're going to find real love. Otherwise, you're going to choose these men that you consider equal to you because it's easier. Because you know you're never going to get hurt. You're always here or above. You're always going to end. If it ever ends, you're going to win. And usually how these things end up happening is either he cheats or you cheat. Either you cheat because you don't respect him, or he cheats because he doesn't feel respected because he's not a real man.
Yeah.
But there's the other side of that. So I've also been in the situation where he was a provider and he did more. And every time that, like, anytime there was an argument of any type, any sort, any disagreement, it becomes something that is thrown in my face.
This is the problem, though. Like, you let one man who tried to do it that way punish all the other men who might try to do that for you. Don't let that one man who was a problem, who sucked at being a provider man and using it against you, don't use that guy as an example for all men that could be good providers for you.
I'm saying this is multiple on both sides.
Okay, so that's happened to you multiple times where they hold it on to? Well, what were they holding over your head?
The fact, like, either that they made more money or they provided more.
Yeah, so but what I'm guessing he had certain boundaries with that. Like, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna do this stuff, but I would expect certain things out of you, whether that means he wants you to help around the house more, or he wants you to not go out with girls. Like, what was the things that that those guys wanted that you're like, I don't like this. You're holding this over my head.
It's insecure men.
Wait.
They wanted more, like, alone time. That, like, oh, you're too needy. You're giving me too much attention. Like, I just want to be left alone. I was like, so did you actually want a relationship? Because if you just wanted to do it all on your own,
Were you
I
talking?
don't have to be here.
Were you talking?
Can you not hear me?
I'm asking, were you talking to them?
Like, talking or dating?
Yeah. Like, when you were with them, were you talking a lot?
So communication is still tricky. But anytime there is a problem, I try to confront it. So I would try to talk it out and be like, hey, like, what's going on? It could be, I've had it where it's been met with aggression. It's been met with, like, throwing things, fits, tantrums.
Whenever you brought up the problem, did you ever try bringing up, like, let's say, for example, like cooking him a meal, his favorite meal, and then after you fed him his favorite meal, rubbing him on his shoulders, massaging him, and then telling him your problem? Has that ever been your approach?
That is my go-to for, like, a daily situation. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm giving you massages. That is me daily.
Y'all listen up. She cooks clean. She does everything. I mean, you massage too, right?
Yes.
Shoulders and everything. Okay, great.
Shoulders, legs. I'm doing your feet, your nails, all of that.
So then, why did these guys take you for granted?
I would like to know that answer too.
Well, no, I guarantee you there's some nuance here that we're not hearing, though. Like, there has to be something deeper than this that you're not bringing up. Like, you got to understand, there's definitely little tidbits here. If you said that you wanted him to communicate with you more, I'm guessing. Okay, it depends how you do that. It completely depends how you do that. If you come at, well, she's saying that, but if you did come at him in any other type of way,
exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, what the hell? I'm paying for it. I've been working all day. Get off my neck. And trust me, I've been in a lot of relationships. I have a beautiful girlfriend back home right now. I know how shit happens in relationships.
Yeah.
We can all be honest here at the table and understand there's arguments, shit happens. It's called shit test. And most of the time, it's usually a woman shit testing the man in the relationship because you're trying to see if he's a good, strong man. The only way to tell if a man is a good, stoic leader Like he shows to everybody else around him, all of his friends when he hangs out. Anytime he's in a group or he's around coworkers, he acts like this strong, good, masculine man, right? But you can test him behind closed doors. You can see if he's really that man or not. And I guarantee you, anytime a man freaks out like you're saying or something like that, it doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from a shit test. It comes from him being tested in some way. And I don't blame you for doing that test. Every woman should shit test their man to make sure that he's a real stoic man. The problem is whenever you're just toxic as fuck and you're doing it every day, or you're doing it just consistently all the time, and you're ruining each other's life. And I would say a lot of relationships die today because of shit tests. And like I said, sometimes it's warranted because that guy obviously isn't the stoic man that he shows to everybody else. But at the same time, there is a line that can be passed. There is an amount where it's like, holy shit, you've literally been bitching all day. You're nagging all day long. Like, this is too much. And so I really think that in a lot of situations, we like to be like, oh no, it was always their fault. It was always their fault. No, anybody that's stuck single or anybody that constantly breaks up or something like that, it's always a reflection. You need to look at, yes, I'm sure they fucked up, but dude, it's just as bad on the other person. It's always both sides.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Sergio. They're just not getting started, baby. What's a real man to you, baby?
I think touching on what everyone said, honesty, respect. That respect thing goes back to what I said about how I just want them to not walk so much in front of me, right? To respect me as a person, to care for me. And then that whole passion drive. I 100% agree with that because I want someone who is going to add value to my life. I don't want anyone who is going to be clingy to me. Like, I have my own interests and passions. You should have your own on the side. But to the provider thing, I do have my own passions and drives, but I still want you to be a provider. And I say that, though, because with my relationships with my parents, my mom was a provider. And I don't want that for myself growing, or if I ever get married.
You saw how it went.
Yeah, I see how my mom struggles. Like, I don't want that for myself, but at the same time, I'm not going to depend highly on him.
Is that culturally, or is that just your situation?
Just my situation.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's not normal in your culture.
No.
Okay. And how do you feel about living in some guy's frame? How do you feel about living in some guy's frame that he's like, hey, I love that you're doing your passions and stuff. I love that you're doing your hobbies, but I really just want you to just be home and take care of the kids. And you could do those hobbies and stuff, but you just got to be home.
I think for me, I need some sort of space.
Yeah, we have the backyard. It's huge.
The way you say it makes it sound awful because in theory, I want a man who can provide because I do want to raise my kids myself.
Right. He's
I
going
don't
to
want
provide a
ton
bunch of land, a bunch of space for you.
No, that's not my dad.
Huh?
I grew up on a farm. I live on a farm.
So you don't love your dad for putting you on
No,
the
I
safest
do.
place he can put
I
you
do.
on in
No,
the
I've
world, in
told
the
him
world?
it's the best place to grow
There you
up.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
she
think
proved
about
her
that,
point.
though? What do you think about that?
If you give me my own space in the backyard, like I
Yeah.
have my own, like,
You could have your own, like, whole house. I'll make you a
okay.
house.
Give me a
Then I think we'll be
giant
good.
Yeah, I'll put a
kitchen.
good.
Hey, let's
Happy.
go.
I
Let's
think we'll be
go.
good.
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to you. So you were talking about her man. Oh, providing, right? Providing. So you're saying how you wanted to make money here and have him make money there, right?
Mhm.
What if you came across a guy that was like, hey, I love your ambition. I love that you are a hustler, but I got my thing I'm doing right now. I'm really focused on this. I want to see you more, but I have an assistant role available. Would you be my assistant? And he's like, but in order to be my assistant, you have to be focused on this. This is 100% my life. So we would be on the same mission.
So he's asking me to be his assistant.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? I think that I like you. I like what you're doing.
He's gonna
It's
pay you better than
you spend too much time. You spend too much time playing the violin. Like, you can play the violin on your off time, but like while you're here.
I do actually.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny as hell.
But no, I would say no, just based on the simple fact that I do believe that couples can spend too much time together. And so if I'm seeing you all day at work, all day at home, when do we have time apart? When do we have time to like just be ourselves and have our me time in our space?
Whenever we have kids.
What?
Whenever we have kids, then you spend time with the kids. You spend time at home.
Why do you think that couples spend too much time together?
I don't think that they spend too much time
She's saying in
together. I
that
said that
situation.
if
Yeah,
you're-
but like, what is too much to you?
if I'm with you all day, every day, and there is no break.
Well, obviously, there's always going to be a
The
break.
man's gonna
Like,
be in
there's always
meetings. He's gonna be doing
yeah,
business
he's gonna be
deals. He's
working.
gonna be driving here, driving there. You're just gonna be over the phone most of the time.
Also, I don't think it's a good idea for your man to be your boss.
Oh, really?
No.
You think it's better to have a boss that's your boss?
Yes.
A stranger.
You rather
Red
respect
flags,
the,
red
you rather
flags.
you rather
That's
respect a random stranger, a random dude that doesn't give a shit about you. You rather go work your ass off for that person than for a core family group, and like you're able to build up what y'all have going for you.
What about being a team?
This is
You're
but
saying
this
boss,
is a big.
that's not team. If you want me to be your business partner and I'll handle one part of the business and you handle the other part,
Yeah, my
then
assistant
yeah.
work part of it because
you-
I'm the boss. I'm the
Everything
coach.
everything
That's
is a
like a
hierarchy.
title thing.
How
It
is it?
doesn't have
Is
to
there?
be a title.
Wait, let me finish. If there's a football team, isn't there players?
I don't, yes.
Okay.
obviously.
What sport did you play?
Soccer.
Okay. Didn't you have a coach?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the players just make the game plan?
So, well, okay. The other thing I was gonna say is, depending on like what his business is, I have to also be passionate about it, because if I'm not passionate about the same thing, I'm not gonna give it my all, because there's just gonna be somewhere else I want to be.
What if you're passionate about the guy?
Well, I mean, it depends what
If you're
he's
passionate
doing.
about the guy, you'll be passionate about
Well,
anything he's
so-
passionate about.
Dude,
we
yeah.
have the same passion. If he says I want to open a restaurant, you want to help me? I'm gonna say yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. Why does that have to be a restaurant? Why can't he say I want to open up? I want to open up a
Because we're
service.
chefs.
I get it, but it makes sense why you guys would, like each other to begin with, right? But that's a qualifying thing. You qualified him already. But assuming you qualified him, that's what I'm saying. Assuming he's qualified, you would still not want to work for someone who could potentially be the father of your children.
I don't think that it's necessarily a good idea, just because, like, again, like I said.
So it's better to not
time.
work for him.
I think it would be better to not work together, yes. But if that became like our whole business, if it was like a family business, that's a different situation. But again, like she said, the title thing, that feels kind of more like underling and like I'm suppressing you type.
You're showing trauma right now.
I'm sure I am.
crazy.
I'm very traumatized.
Hey, I'm gonna pray
Okay.
for you. No, I'm not even joking either. Like we're gonna pray after this off camera.
I've seen
All right.
it
What's the
successful.
real? Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about all this?
Honestly, when it comes to like, from what you're telling me, there's no reason why she can't respect her man and then also respect her boss. There's no reason why there can't be both. It's a different kind of respect.
Why are you laughing?
It's not about not
you
respecting
your
or
girl's boss?
respecting.
Yes,
It's just
in
the
the
fact-
household. I am the boss of the household.
No,
Yes,
but you're talking about
absolutely.
work though. You're talking about
you
work.
Okay,
can't-
but
you
like,
can't
but the
respect a
thing
boss
is,
and your partner, and you just laugh.
the
It's
bottom
like,
line
your
is-
girl has another boss.
I thought we weren't
But
bringing
no,
up personal stuff.
but no. She at the end of the day, no. I'll bring up personal stuff. It's fine. At the end of the day, she barely works like 1 or 2 days a week. That boss is barely her boss.
Right.
I am way more her boss. The problem is today, a lot of people show devotion to their career or to a man. You're going to choose one or the other. And when the economy is as bad as it is, most women are choosing their career. And if you show devotion to your career, you're showing more devotion to your boss. 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever it is, you're showing devotion to the dollar. You can pick one or the other, and that's the
Unless you
shitty thing
have
about
a
this world.
provider man.
Yes, and that's the
Unless you
problem
do.
today is there's fewer and fewer of that. If we look at the major cities, there's more women out earning men in major cities. If we look at college graduates, 60-40 for women. So yeah, y'all got a smaller pool of men to pick from because y'all are getting better and better. There's more scholarships coming out for women, more affirmative action, more things happening, so women get propped up even higher because the powers that be know, if we push the women up really high, there's only going to be a few men that they'll even want to be with because there's something called hypergamy, where y'all like to date across and up social hierarchies. 52% is what the percentage shows. So when we bring up the provider thing, you can say that that's not what you want, but we know you're hardwired to want it, to at least seek it, to seek it out if you could. It's something that is preferred. It's just like how we have preferences too. Like everybody has dating preferences. One of them is women like a guy who's a provider. And there's nothing wrong with these things. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But it is a problem when there's this many guys that can be providers now because of the economy. And then there's this many women that want those guys.
I'm going to answer to that too. When it comes to girls that want those top guys, like the guys that are going to end up providing for you, those guys have a lot of options. So when you're saying like
And he worked his ass off to get there too.
and when you say that you wouldn't be willing to help work in his business, well, there's 20 other girls that are willing to work in his business and willing to do everything else too, cook, clean, do everything. So when you're talking about a guy like that who you really want, who is going to take care of you, and you're going to be able to spend your whole day at home, not do anything, not have rules, responsibilities, not financial responsibilities, he's going to require you, or he's going to want at least a little extra from you. And since there's so little of him, so many of girls, I mean, that want those men, now you got to do more to separate yourself. So we're going to get into that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just supply and demand. That's all it is.
It's just like really hot girls, like models, like 9s, not
Just,
10s.
well, just think in your head: is there more pretty women, ladies, or is there more high value men?
Pretty women.
There's way more pretty
You
women.
can
So
buy
like y'all are all
prettier.
competing for those guys, and like we said, if those guys worked for years to get up to the point where they're at, because most guys don't get their value until their 30s. If he took a decade or 15 years to get up to the point where he's a valuable guy, he's gonna, as soon as he realizes, damn, I struggled for 15 years to get girls, and now it's easy and they're all coming for me. I'm not gonna pick one. I'm gonna just keep fucking all of them.
All right, I got next one. Next question. What makes a real woman?
She doesn't
think-
get TRT.
A real one. I don't even like how we're phrasing it as like a real woman, but I think someone who is caring, because I think just naturally, like, you know, as women, we are a little bit more just like feminine in nature.
Nurturing.
So, we should be caring about just everyone in our lives, friends, families, coworkers, the waitresses. And someone who's just, I don't know, just nice, compassionate as a person. I don't know.
I like that. You?
I definitely believe in the nurturing thing. That's absolutely, I feel like that's the top priority for a woman. And he's not going to like what I have to say, but I think that she should be able to provide for herself. I think that if you are solely dependent on somebody else to take care of you, then you're not a real woman.
And what makes that a real woman versus someone that just wants to take care of the babies?
I'm not saying that if that's what you want, that's absolutely fine. But if you...
What if she chooses to take care of the babies instead of... Because if you're working 40, 50 hours a week, the babies have to go to daycare. So someone else is raising them a majority of the time.
But so, I mean, the same amount of time that they're spending at daycare, they're spending at school, unless you're homeschooling.
That's what I'm saying. You could be homeschooling them, but you're busy at work.
No, even.
But here's the thing. So, say that this woman who had the whole family and she chose to be a stay-at-home mom, right? Say one day, dad up and dies. Is she able to take care of herself and those kids?
Yeah, life insurance.
Say he didn't have it.
Well, why would he not have it if he's providing for on all aspects? Huh?
A lot of immigrants don't do that. The women
Well,
don't
that's
work. They don't know.
okay. Well, I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about
a big
U.S.
part of our
in general.
country is immigrant. Yeah.
So you're saying all immigrants don't have life insurance?
There's a big portion of people in poverty, and like
And
there's
then-
a lot of situations.
I'm talking about the guy that we're talking about. I'm not talking about all of immigrants. What the fuck?
But then on top of that, not a lot
I'm
of
talking
people
about
are-
providers.
But a lot of people are not financially intelligent, and they don't learn that in school. Like, I didn't learn that in school. It's something that I had to learn down the line.
Okay, let's for a second, guys, assume that your guy who's able to provide for you in the 2023 that we live in, with inflation and everything, is smart enough to think about what would happen if he were to die.
Right,
Okay?
but just because
Like-
you get life insurance doesn't mean that you know how to spend that money, that you know how to pay the bills, that you know how to manage your
Oh
household.
my gosh! Didn't I just say assuming your guy is smart?
No, I'm saying
Right, but
once
the
he
woman has to
dies,
also
once
be
he
smart.
dies and you get all this money.
Oh, you're saying the girl.
Yeah, the
I'm sorry
girl.
about that.
The girl needs to know how to run a
So
household.
then that's a you problem.
But like, wait. Are you saying that there's a knowledge gap? Hold on. Is there a knowledge gap in being able to pay bills?
No.
No, we're having good.
It's a different discussion.
Okay, I'll just make it.
But she is saying that. She is saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Essentially,
saying.
she's
Essentially,
saying
that's what you're saying is that it's gonna take a skill to learn that.
So are you saying that
I just said that a woman should be able to provide for herself. I'm not saying that she has to. I'm not saying that
she should be able to?
she should
Yes.
be able to.
Oh yeah, I agree. Then I agree. So like all my girlfriends, anyone that I'm gonna be with. Hey, I'm sorry, I misheard you. But yeah, they have. What'd you say?
I was saying, why is that so difficult? I was like, gosh.
Oh shit. Well, they'll learn a skill set. They'll learn something. They'll learn something where they can go and start their own business or go do something.
I'll give you I'll give you an anecdotal, example here. My girl is going to school for nursing. Obviously, I don't give a shit if she's ever becomes a nurse. The whole point of her getting the nursing shit done is so if we ever break up, she has a career field to go into. But yeah, like
that's all I would say.
I know. And what I'm saying is like it should be easy to have that as long as he's not a fucking loser. Any dude who's just a normal man who gives a fuck about you would be fine with what I just said. Anybody who has a normal brain, don't deal with losers and you will be fine in that aspect. He has to be in a really weird place where he's like, no, you can't have anything to do after me. Like, what the fuck? Like we make it sound like all men are like this or something. It's like, no, like most men are pretty normal.
Yeah.
If you actually communicate what you just said in a nice normal way.
But if
It's
you
not
got
that
four
hard.
kids, if you got 4 kids with her, bro, you're gonna want her to stay home.
No, that's what I'm saying. She gets the degree, but she doesn't use it. Like my girl is literally going to have everything to be a nurse, and she's not even gonna fucking use it. It's literally just a backup plan.
But if y'all had
It's not even anything special.
But if y'all had already 4 kids, then it would probably be a different story, right?
What do you mean?
If y'all already had
Would
4
would she
kids,
still be
Well,
going
if
to
we
school?
if
she wouldn't have time to go.
I mean, we wouldn't have 4 kids unless we were in a position where like that would not even matter. You know, like that's why
Right.
it doesn't matter because that's a weird hypothetical. You know, just automatically having 4 kids. But
I get it.
but no, like it's very easy to find a dude who will gladly just fucking help you get your degree, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
But the question wasn't pertaining to dudes. It was what makes a real woman. And
Yeah.
that was just she needs to be able to provide for herself.
Yeah, well, like I'll put it this way. I think it's better to say she just needs to be somebody who has a lot of work ethic. Like it doesn't matter what her work ethic is for, whether that's for the family or that's at her job before. Like my girl was
It's an
working full time
expectation of
before.
both men and women.
Just work ethic is something that's missing today from everybody. Okay,
100%.
I think everybody is pretty fucking lazy because of social media.
What makes a real woman?
Honestly, unconditional love for the person in your life. Someone who has strength to be with someone because of that unconditional love. Someone who has strength to do anything in their life when they feel like their partner can push them to do that. To be honest, like if you have somebody behind you, just like a real man, just like how I was saying earlier, like if you have somebody who has that loyalty, then you have that unconditional love for that person, and it just goes hand in hand. You know, you feel me?
Yeah, that's a great answer.
No.
Oh, Sergio.
No.
What do you want?
I got a question. I just got a question.
Okay.
I just got a question.
Okay. What is your question?
Okay, I'll agree with one thing. It's
Okay.
very great that women do so there's a cycle that goes on in a relationship that a lot of people forgot about today because nobody reads Corinthians, but
Yeah.
it's the cycle of respect to love. So you're right. You are supposed to love the man and he is to, or no, actually you got the whole cycle backwards because he's supposed to love you. So first off, you're backwards on that because it's him who's going to unconditionally love you. And second of all, women don't unconditionally love. They don't.
You don't
The only thing women unconditionally love is their pets and their kids. Shout out to Chris Rock. It's just the absolute truth. If a guy lost his job, if he had absolutely nothing for 5, 6, 10 years, you will get tired of it sooner or later, and that unconditional love would be gone real quick. Okay, if like y'all gotta understand, there's conditionalities on your love for a reason because y'all have always had to sacrifice yourself for the kids, and like if anything ever happened, you needed to drop that guy to sacrifice for your family. A man unconditionally loves the woman. It's never the woman that's ever unconditionally loved the man. A man will love you to the point where he's gonna off himself after the marriage. That's why it's 9 times the rate after a divorce for a man to kill himself. It's way more likely because men actually do unconditionally love. Women don't. I will say your pets and your daughter or your kids. Yeah, I agree with you. But a man, no.
You fully don't believe that unconditional love can be from a woman?
No, I'm just saying that it's very highly. I'm saying if something happened, conditions happened that ruined it, it wouldn't be
The
unconditional.
only time
anymore.
I believe that is if a woman is cool with her dude cheating on accident. Like if he cheats and they really love each other and he didn't mean it. Like it just happened.
How do you cheat on
No,
accident?
and that's not even unconditional, bro. That's not even unconditional, bro, because that's something that is expected of her. He's not having an affair. Well, a lot of women accept what you just said because he didn't go and emotionally fall for that other person. And what did we talk about earlier?
Right.
Y'all care about loyalty in an emotional way. There's tons of women that take men back after just getting his dick sucked or after just fucking another girl and he never goes and talks to her again. And it's because y'all really give a fuck about the emotional loyalty, not the sexual loyalty.
I think they go
That's still a
hand in
condition,
hand
yeah.
because I expect that because that's what I give.
Well, we're not equal though. Men and women are not the same. If
In
this was an
terms of
equal world, I would
loyalty and
agree with
love,
you.
Should be in other places, maybe not.
Look, I understand why y'all want a guy to be super loyal because we know this throughout all of history. If y'all fucked the wrong dude 50,000 years ago as cave people, and he was that guy that was fucking all the other girls, you were fucked. If you got pregnant by that, you're screwed, man. You and the baby are probably gonna die. So it's a very dangerous situation for y'all to be with the wrong guy. You should always be with a dude that has no other options from other women. He's what we call the beta bucks. You should always choose those guys. They're the safest bet that you could ever have, because any other dude has a potential of leaving you hanging with a kid.
Does anyone have something to say to that? I think someone said, Who said it?
I disagree.
I know, Lex.
Rachna.
I want you to be with those dudes.
Rachna.
What do you mean?
No, I feel like I have a whole. I need like notes or something because I have a whole backlog of things.
Hey, Bassett, get us a
But-
pen and paper for this girl. Well, what are you thinking?
Okay. I don't think anyone should unconditionally love anybody.
I agree.
Like I
I
don't
agree.
think.
Everything's conditional.
I don't think.
Yeah,
think,
because
like,
then you're just enabling.
What are the conditions you have right now with your boyfriend?
Well, I expect him, and I was gonna say back to your point of asking like what a real woman is. I think it's the same as like what a real man is. Like I think that it's honesty and
It's
loyalty,
just being
and
human.
because if you have honesty and you have loyalty, you're like you are committed to that person, you will automatically love them as you should, right? You'll automatically respect them as you should. So I don't think all of these things are things that make a real person just by having those qualities.
I like that.
But I don't think anyone should unconditionally love anyone just because that will land you in some shitty situation. And like you should, and by conditions I mean standards. Like when you're saying unconditionally love someone, that means letting go of your standards and loving that person.
Yeah, what if he becomes a heroin addict? You still gonna stay with him? That's what I'm saying. I agree. You're enabling somebody when you do
Okay,
that.
bounce off of, if I can. So
Yeah,
bounce
yeah.
off of her, what makes a woman. I think it's the same qualities but different levels for each. So like for like a woman also needs to be protective. She's got a man's busy providing, right? I have to take my kids out. I have to protect them, but it's different than the level that the man has in terms of being nurturing. If I'm the mother, I'm obviously going to be a lot more nurturing than my husband is. Now it's still good for a man to be nurturing. I was crying to my dad last night and he was able to sit there and hold me, and some dads can't do that.
So like you think a woman should be able to be protective also?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you think that a woman can beat a man in a we'll say a grown strong woman versus like
I'm not-
a 13
I
year
think
or
you know
15-year-old
exactly
boy?
what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm just saying, like if you're
Everything you
if you're talking about being protective, which means like literally protecting your children from kidnappers, from people trying to hurt y'all and stuff like that. A woman cannot stand up to a man at all, not even in the slightest.
No, I'm not saying she can stand up to him, but maybe she'll sacrifice herself for her children. And
Oh, if you're dead, the kids are dead too.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom line, you just always need a man to
Maybe-
protect
I
you.
think maybe she was referring to like protecting kids from environment, because back in the day when we went to go hunt the buffalo, they had to stay back and pick berries.
Well, yeah, they're very good at catching or
So
you
they
know,
had to-
killing creepy
Yeah,
crawlers.
the
and
creepy
stuff.
crawler thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually wanted to hear what Violet, because I know we were talking about unconditional love, so I wanted to hear what she
Yeah.
had to say.
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, if he became a heroin addict, when it comes to unconditional, you have to
It's
be
conditional.
there. Unconditional.
mutual.
Unconditional love.
So she's gonna stay with the heroin addict. Let me hear.
no,
Let me
no.
hear this.
If that fucking shit went down, obviously I'd be like, well, you need to go to rehab. You gotta push him to be better. You gotta-
Okay, but like, what if like none of that works? Like heroin's hardcore, man.
What if
None of
he's
the
like-
rehabs are
what
working.
if-
It's 10 years. You still got unconditional love?
Oh, 10 years is a lot.
And he's like, yeah, but he's like,
10
yeah.
years is a long ass
He's like,
time.
Because there
No.
is conditions.
Okay,
We're just
listen.
proving that there is
You
conditions
can
on it.
have unconditional love for a person, but you can also not be with them.
you can love him
Oh.
from afar.
That's Jesus.
You can have unconditional
Yeah,
love
I
for a
mean,
person.
what you just, yeah,
But
that's just like me
you
saying,
can-
yeah, I still got love for my exes in the past.
Like,
I don't be saying that shit.
you have
You're like, I hate all of them.
I don't hate them. It's just indifference. Bye.
Next question. You guys ready?
Like,
Or
but
go ahead.
sometimes
go
your
ahead.
absence, like, it shows them how they fucked up, and maybe they'll snap out of it. And if they don't, you can be there at a distance.
So
and,
9
like,
years, you'll wait 9 years?
Very funny.
You said be there at a distance.
So,
Be
like-
there at a distance. Be there at a distance. You can have unconditional love for someone for the rest of your life, and they can be in your heart for the rest of your life.
So
But
you
if they're
really
fucking
think
up, they're fucking up.
I got a question. So you're married to this guy, he's a heroin addict, 10, 15 years. He's just not getting over it. He's been going to rehab. You finally divorce, like you can't do it. You still got love for him though. Like you had to move across the country because this crazy ass was like doing all types of weird shit.
Yeah.
So you had to move and stuff. You don't think that you're gonna find a new guy that you're gonna fall deeply in love with and then just completely forget about the other person? Do you still got love for guys in your past after you fell in love with a new guy?
Can I add on?
Ooh.
Stop being in love with my old guy before my new guy.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
I have care for the people in
Care.
my past
Okay,
life.
good. We found there's a vocabulary issue here.
Yeah.
So it's not unconditional love. It's care.
It's unconditional care.
It's unconditional care, and that's great. I unconditionally care about a lot of people too.
I
So
unconditionally care about you guys too.
Listen, there is different levels of unconditional love for me personally. Like I can love you as a friend, I can love you as an acquaintance, I can love you as just a person existing, or I can love you as my lover.
man, there's like 3 different kinds of loves in Greek. It's like
Holy.
eros, or something. Man, like you just named off all of them.
Go.
What
That's
about you?
exactly what I was going to
But no,
say
she's so
because
right,
there's
though.
different levels of love.
Yeah, exactly.
You can love your dog. That's not the same way I'm going to be
I
in
do
love
love my
with.
dog unconditionally.
Well, I mean, I'm just yeah.
So let's
but-
get it straight. You don't love men unconditionally. We just came to that basically.
Well, we're talking about the love that is intimate. Like I'm in love with you.
Relationships.
That's
Yeah.
that's if we're ever talking about unconditional love. Obviously, what did I just say? We have unconditional love for our pets and our family, and I think that goes for both of us. Okay, for men and women. But at the end of the day, that unconditional, like I agree with you, like that love for your family, your mother, your father, your sisters or brothers. You have a deep love for them. It's not the same though as an intimate love where
Your
you're fucking
spouse is
somebody.
your family. It's the one person of all those people
Yeah.
you named that you choose.
It's just funny that y'all like. What's funny is like we all know this that like women get over relationships really quickly and easy, and there's a reason why. There's something called the war bride.
Where did that come from?
Here, no,
Where did that come from?
I'll explain to you why. No, women absolutely monkey branch more than men do, and I'll explain to you why. Though it's because back in, say Genghis Khan ran through your village and he just killed everybody.
Look at each
Just-
other because
Here.
with our exes, they monkey
Here,
branch. and
but
we're
like,
still
Yeah.
single.
but like, say Genghis Khan just rolls through and he just destroys everybody, like murders everyone, kills your kids. But they're like, oh, but we need to take the women because that's good for us having children and stuff. So let's take all the gold, take all their food, and take the women. It's better for you to just suck it up that your man just got fucking his head sliced off and just to go with that guy, or else you're gonna die. So women were biologically hardwired in certain situations where it was better to move on very fast, extremely fast. It was a survival technique. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bug.
Can I disagree?
Hmm.
If we're
I
bringing
mean,
it
you're
back-
disagreeing with evolutionary psychology. Don't shoot the
No,
messenger
because
here. Don't shoot the messenger.
Because if you're going to relate it back to 50 billion years ago,
I know. I said 50,000 years ago.
50,000 years
Billion,
ago,
but the universe is only 4.5 billion years old, ma'am. I know. I'm just saying.
50,000 ago, I think that relates back to what she said in the sense that if you now in our era, if you can provide for yourself and just take care of yourself as a woman, you don't have to be running away to
Yeah.
some.
Yeah. Great. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, actually, Genghis Khan was only like, I don't know how old he was. Probably only like 3,000 years ago. I can't remember exactly when Genghis Khan was. So it wasn't that long ago. But at the end of the day, evolution doesn't move fast. Okay. Our hardwiring, how we're hardwired, we don't just change because the environment changes. You can still, your DNA rules about 60% of your life. And it's 30% peer group, 10% parents. And so that's only 40% environment, 60%, genetics. So when you look at it in these type of ways, you start realizing that you don't really have a lot of control, actually. Like, think about an armadillo. They still have an instant reaction to just ball up and to just, something's about to kill me. I'm just going to ball up and protect myself. If you're walking across a highway and a car hits you, that evolutionary trait that they have to ball up, it's going to take thousands and thousands of years before it learns, after thousands of armadillos walking across roads before they learn, we need to stop balling up instantly whenever something close to us that's scary, or else they're going to keep dying. So our hardwiring, our DNA, you can't fight against it. That's why hypergamy is 52%. That's why guys give so much shit about sexual loyalty. We can't get rid of our hardwiring where we're super scared of promiscuity because we didn't know if we were going to take care of the wrong kid for 20, 30 years. We fight against biology all the time. This is what's really crazy, because I would agree with y'all if y'all said, well, really smart people, we can fight against our biology, right? Because we're intelligent. Our IQ is so high. We can fight against what our biologist nature tells us to do, like a guy sleeping around. But when we look at studies, the more intelligent a man is, the higher IQ he has, the more sexual options he wants, the more likely they are to cheat. So it doesn't, even if we go up in intelligence, guys are so hardwired a certain way that we still make that mistake on that one. Where you have 17 times testosterone of y'all going through our body, and that's directly what makes us horny. And y'all can't even fathom what that feels like. at all. You have a rebuttal?
I do. I just feel like a lot of the facts and statements that you've been saying, you relate it back to genetics, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying, okay, you can't fathom any type of changes that have happened thousands of years ago.
No, I said you can't fathom what it feels like to get horny like a man. That's what I
Okay,
said.
I can't fathom that. But you said evolution changes doesn't happen.
It takes thousands and thousands and thousands
But
and
that
thousands.
example you just made with Genghis Khan, was that not thousands of years ago?
2,000 to 3,000 years ago or less. I think Genghis Khan might have been around like 500 AD. Actually, I needed like research it. That would have only been 1,500 years ago if it was 500 AD.
It's recent. He's saying.
Yeah, it's not that far. 1,500 years. The Bible was written 2,000 years
He's saying
ago.
that not much
bad.
can change in this time. Not much. Your
Yeah,
ancestors.
well, I'm talking. It talks hundreds of thousands of years for things to change. You know how many different species of humans there were? There was 7 other ones, and we fucking killed them all. Homo sapiens fucking destroyed them all. We literally were like, "Oh, you ugly ape people, we're killing all of you because we're better than you." Okay, and that was like 100,000 years ago when we did that. It takes a long time for us to change all the way to the point where we don't have the same reactions that we do. Like I said, there's a reason why the world is set up. Y'all want to know why dating's so difficult? Because we don't even understand our own biology. We don't even accept how we truly are. We live in a blank slate world where we like to think everybody's the same on both sides.
Wait,
No, I get what
have
you're
a question.
saying.
Is dating now different than it was for, say, like our parents?
Of course.
But I thought that evolutionary changes only happen every 1,000 years.
Software's changing. The hardware's the same.
Software changes. The
Okay,
software is always constantly
so
changing.
there's always something that can make an
That's
exception.
just the software, though. It's not the hardware. The hardware isn't changing. The hard wiring of what you want. You don't shoot the messenger, ladies.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry
it's
that
just a
y'all are
question.
hypergamous and y'all like to date men that are providers. That's not my fault. I
And
didn't
it's
make
not an
women do
issue.
that. It is an issue because that's why so many women are stuck single because they can't find men that make 52% more than them. And those men that do make 52% more than them, shit, that guy has so many options. If he makes $152,000 a year, like she makes 100, he makes $152,000 a year. He's within like the top 10% of men. Like how are you going to compete with that? You're not. You can't compete with that. Any rebuttals? No.
Well,
What?
I mean, I feel like everybody's different. You always have like a whole like general.
Because in general,
and I feel like nobody has ever agreed with you 100%.
Because it's in. I mean, the fact that everybody is stuck single proves my point. Literally proves my point. Because people are stuck single.
He's single. Why is he single?
Because it's hard to date today. Any woman that he wants to date around his age. How old are you? 24.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm single. Let me answer, bro.
Yeah, go for
Fuck
it.
me.
Don't be a clown here.
Look, yeah. The reason why you're single as a man is because girls are whores. A lot of girls. Not all of them.
It's all our fault.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Men
I have not met all of
are
y'all
not
yet.
whores at all, of
Nope.
course.
You're
Yeah.
like-
No.
The world we live in.
Look,
Y'all are constantly telling us we should be sleeping with you by the 3rd date.
No, I told you your best strategy is you make the guys wait. I've told you that 1,000 times.
it's a
Lex.
test. It's a test. We're testing you. Look, as a former fuckboy, I'm gonna tell you guys that whenever we're trying to smash, the number one thing you can do is not smash us. That's the number one thing to turn us on. Not smash us. But the thing is, everyone is so eager. Everyone's doing their own thing. Y'all think y'all are man. Not all of y'all. Again, I'm not talking about you guys. You guys may be the
Say
exception.
in general.
In general, most women now think they can just get their get back. Whereas back in the day, if my grandma got cheated on by my grandpa, she would just make him feel guilty by continuing to be a good woman. And he would just feel guilty about cheating on her, that he would stop cheating. That's how it was back in the day. It wasn't anything more than that. Women understood.
Revenge.
Yeah, revenge, cheating, all that. Women understood back in the day that, well, shit, he's taking care of me.
Did your grandma work? Did she work anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she making a lot of money?
No, I'm saying an example.
No, I'm saying.
Are you talking about my grandma?
I'm saying. Sorry, I thought you were talking about your grandma.
No, I was saying an example. I was saying an example.
But I'm
But
saying,
like, yeah, my grandma did work.
If we're going back to that time period, and like I'll talk about, let's say like my own grandma. My grandpa was providing. Let's say he got drunk, lost tons of money gambling, whatever, right? My grandma, you're in such a terrible power dynamic when it comes to your financial situation in that time period that you can't leave no matter how much you want to if that guy's being shitty to you.
And
You're going to continue being a good woman because he could easily just leave you one day. And so because that fear was there, because that power dynamic was there where she couldn't leave, that's why they continue being a good. But nowadays, what you're seeing is women don't want to be treated like that. and they have the power to leave that relationship and say, yeah, I'm not gonna take this shit anymore because I can stand on my own two legs.
And I love
right?
that, except for the fact that you're still fucking, not you, but you're still fucking the bad boys.
Thank you for the clarification. Yeah.
You're still fucking the bad boys. So what's happening is you're right. And things would be good. And, you know, as you leveled up, men would have to level up. And it would just go like this for the rest of the time. But now with current inventions, with birth control, with abortions, girls are able to kill babies that they regret having sex with the guy. Or they'll be able to have birth control to where they can have sex with all the men and pick the ones that they want. And since they're fucking with the bad boys who have a lot of sex, they're going to have those really good sexual experiences with those guys. And when going forward, they're going to be thinking about that when they're with the new guy who's maybe a nice guy, who maybe couldn't provide, who maybe would be good for them. But now they're alpha widowed. And I'll let Sergio talk about that. But now they're alpha widowed by that guy who fucked them really good early on.
Yeah, and I got to bring up. Hold on. I really got to bring this up just real quick. You know, it's crazy because what you just said is something that we hear so much. And it's crazy because there's so many men today, men in my generation and younger, that we're paying for what our fathers and our grandfathers did. And that's ridiculous that we have to pay for that. And it happens all the time. I always hear because my grandmother, this happened to my grandmother, my grandfather did this to them, and we have to pay for that now. It's not fair. And that's something that happens all the time today. We got to stop blaming each other. There's a huge problem in society, and it's constantly us blaming each other. We got to point our fingers at the right spot. It's the 1%. They want y'all single, guys. They make way more money off y'all being fucking single.
It's Satan, but yeah, you're right.
Y'all really think that it's more beneficial for the economy, the world, and the betterment of everybody for y'all to be single and for men to be stuck single?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to what you're saying, right? You're talking about the past. Like, you guys are getting blamed for what your grandparents and whoever have done, right? That's fair. But at the same time, that comes back to change. So if you're raised constantly with those people as your
role models.
Yeah, role models and
examples.
Yeah. Exactly. And examples, you're just gonna also be wired the same way.
Yeah,
so you're
hardwired with trauma. That's trauma based.
Right. So then as a man, how are you gonna get past that if no one's gonna change?
That's a good question. So how do we get past our traumas? Well, first off, women shouldn't have any traumas. And if you do, it absolutely destroys y'all. The fact that you have that fear of what your grandmother went through, it can literally fuck up generations after generation after generation. When a man goes through trauma and he's gone through horrible things with family, something like that, there's only two things that happen. It's either he's disposed and he's disposable and he's just a loser for the rest of his life because he has mental trauma, or he becomes a fucking superhero because he uses that to become stronger. We're two completely different things. And women who get trauma, it stays in y'all. And not only does it stay in y'all, it also goes into your children when you have them. Anything that you've gone through is going to directly go down into your children. And that's why it's super dangerous for women to go through any trauma. Like your question, you're asking, what about the men? No, it's more about what about the women? What about the women that have generational trauma and they're still bringing it up like she just did? That's the problem. Because like I said, women are the vulnerable sex. Men are the disposable. Okay, we've always been like that for all of history. I would have gone died to war, and y'all came and y'all survived in the city because at least we can repopulate if we got the women. It's fine. Like we'll still rebuild. It's fine. Men have always been disposable. So it works out perfectly because if I go through trauma and I die, it's no big deal. I've always been disposable of all history. Who gives a shit if I kill myself? If a woman though goes through trauma, y'all are the vulnerable sex. We can't let y'all go through trauma. We have to protect y'all. There's something called mate guarding. We don't even mate guard anymore. Men aren't allowed to mate guard your woman. If you wanted to actually try to protect your relationship or your girl, you get shamed for it. If a father wants to protect his daughter, he can even be shamed for it today. That's all mate guarding. Mate guarding isn't just I'm fucking you, so I'm protecting. No, it can be father to daughter, uncles to nieces. It's men protecting women, and we shame men that try to protect women today.
I've never heard of mate guarding. I'm sorry. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Y'all should definitely read some books that I suggest a lot, like Hormonal by Marty Hazelton or Alpha God by Hector Garcia. These are really good evolutionary psychology books that'll teach y'all everything I'm talking about. I'm not a scientist, okay? I didn't go to school for any of this shit. I just read evolutionary psychology books. That's it. Sorry if I just triggered everybody.
No. I actually
Yeah, go
want to make a point. Before women even have children, they should work through those traumas. I'm gonna be so honest with you. You should do a lot of self work within yourself before bringing a child into the world, because that's not fair to do that to something that doesn't even exist yet. You can't put that kind of thing onto something that's gonna be beautiful. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's a curse. That's a curse before they're even here.
Yeah, my dad and I talked about that because there's so many, like, and a lot of times you'll hear it from men about women who don't have kids. And I'm like, honestly, if there's a woman who is saying that I know I won't make a good mom, so I'm not having kids, and doesn't do that, I respect her more than the woman who had a kid and didn't take care of him. Because, like, my stepmom who raised me did a lot of awful things to me, and I had a lot of trauma to work through for it. And I was like, if she would have just not had kids, it would have been better. She didn't want to be a parent in the first place, and she let us know constantly. And I would have been better without a mother than the mother that I had. Yeah.
But your dad was really good, though.
He was.
Yeah. Did he ever divorce her?
Yeah, they're divorced.
Okay, so
But I mean, she left him. But I mean, I told her.
at least they divorced.
I told her if she hadn't have divorced you, I wouldn't be around. The only reason I'm around him is because she's not there.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy though how bad it is.
Do you blame your mom at all?
Hmm?
Do you blame your mom at all
My biological mom?
for your trauma?
I know that she has some too.
But did you forgive her?
I don't talk to either of them.
Have you forgiven her in your heart?
I'm indifferent.
You have to forgive her. You have to forgive your father, your mother, and yourself for everything
I'm
you've done.
indifferent. I don't hold anything in my heart of no ill will, no nothing. I mean,
So you forgive them.
I guess.
I just can't express to you that a lot of the traumas, like exactly what he's saying right now, a lot of traumas come from what he just said. Forgiving your mother, your father, and forgiving
And the
yourself.
reason why is because your father's there to protect you from danger, from anything that could happen to you.
And he failed.
He failed, and your
No,
mother
and-
was supposed to
and I
teach you how to be a woman, and she failed.
I have forgiven him for that because we've talked about it and he is better now.
But also your mother, you need to forgive her
Forgive
as well.
your mother because she's distant.
Even like
just 'cause
talking
you don't
to
see
her, even like telling her, like if you
Oh, no.
can, like you should.
I've
you know?
tried. She actually does it. She ignores me.
No,
And but that's
within
fine.
yourself.
You need to accept the ignoring and
There's
say,
no-
I feel better
there's
about what I
no-
just said. You know?
There's no hate in my heart. There's no ill will. It's just I have my life. I move on with it. If it's motherless, so be it. I'm not going to go and try and win her. For some people, forgiveness is an established relationship and communication. For me, I can forgive her from afar. I can just not care.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It's
Like,
like
you
a
should just be able to
stranger.
send the
It's
message
indifferent.
saying I love you and I forgive you and I always will
I've
be
done
here and
that.
I'll always love you and God
You
loves
can
you. You
have
know?
forgiveness without relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need a
Yeah.
relationship. You just say what I just said. Even if she blocks you after you send it, who gives a shit? The whole point is for you to forgive her and forgive yourself.
Again, I don't hold any hate in my heart. I don't believe that
No.
is good for you. To have any ill will towards anyone, no matter what they do to you. You move on and you work on yourself.
In your heart, you have to forgive them. That's all he's saying. Next question, unless anyone else has something else before we move on. But we were stuck on that question for a good amount of time. Are we good? Anyone? We're good? Okay. What can you do to improve on your next relationship compared to what you've done in the past? You like that?
No, that's a good one.
We got to skip a few, man, because you burned some time.
For me, I think it is to be more considerate. Like I've said in the past, like I typically am more hyper independent, but being able to kind of let the guy lead in some sense.
If he says be quiet.
Absolutely not. And that goes back to respect.
No, be
He
quiet.
didn't say shut up. He said be quiet.
Be quiet. Like I'm focusing. Like, does he need to tell you I'm focusing?
Yes. He needs to explain himself. You can't just
Wait. So if we're in an apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, and he's like, we're running down the alley. He says to go left because he's already thought of all the different alternatives. You're gonna ask why he's saying to go left?
No, but the
No,
question
that-
that you're asking is you're bringing up hypothetical questions that like would not even happen.
We need context.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
like if
No,
he's a
just
leader,
if you
just sometimes you
trust-
need to just let him.
If you trust your man and he tells you to do something, why does he need to explain himself?
Because he should respect me for having my own thoughts and like he needs to explain himself. Like at the end of the
But
day,
don't you respect him enough to just know that he knows better? Let me ask you this: do you want a guy that's smarter than you or dumber than you?
smarter?
You want a guy
Or
that's
no,
you want a guy that's dumber than you?
I need someone who to match my intellectual.
There's no such
level.
thing. There's no such thing. There's no way your IQ is going to be 160, 160, or 1660. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
way.
not gonna be exact.
If you had to pick, do you want a guy dumber than you or smarter than you?
Smarter.
Okay, so if he's smarter than you, wouldn't you look up to him
But there's so many different ways of smart.
in life? In life, baby. In life. It means surviving and being successful in a family, in a relationship, in life. He knows better.
They really want this shit to be 50-50.
No, dude.
no,
I'm not letting him off the hook.
wait.
Wait. Y'all wait.
I'm agreeing with you.
No. Stop. I'll let you get. I'll get to you, baby. Come on.
I agree with what you're saying. I can trust you, but then I have my own thoughts as well.
That's up to you to keep to yourself, baby. But I know what's best. If I say be quiet, be quiet. I can't argue with you every single time. If I have to argue with you for 10 seconds, 15 seconds here, in the course of a day, we would have spent an hour of me just explaining myself on every single thing.
It's about respect. I mean, he's really trying to drive in the whole about respect thing, because I'm telling you,
And
Corinthians talks about this. There's a cycle in relationships that makes it perfect, and it's you respecting the man and him loving you.
Let me ask you this.
He will perfectly love you, but you have to perfectly respect him.
If we were in that zombie apocalypse and I'm willing to die for you, I'm willing to get eaten by a zombie just so you don't, why don't you listen to me if I say go left?
And in that situation, I would.
But you're saying in
100%.
that situation, I'm not talking about going to pick up.
It should be congruent.
I'm not
across
talking
your whole
right.
relationship.
Like, of course, at the grocery store when you're picking up your zucchinis, I'm not going to tell you not that zucchini. I'm not going to tell you that. So there's some arenas that you're going to have full control over. Trust me.
Right.
But when it comes to like who's driving the car, who's driving the relationship, the relationship car, who's behind the wheel, it's going to be the man. And
you're holding the map.
You can't be. Yeah, you're holding the map. Or right, you're holding the map, but you can't be telling him like when he's turning left. Oh, well, why are you turning left? Well, we're fucking going there. We're going to the destination.
Now we're gonna wreck because you're trying to make me turn the other way at the last second.
You're pulling my steering wheel and shit. And time is of essence.
Only one person can be a leader in a relationship. I would say there's like 3 different ways that a relationship can be. It's either 2 alphas, an alpha man and a beta woman, or an alpha man, with like a submissive woman, or an alpha woman with a submissive man. There's only one of those that works, that lasts a long time. And it's the one where the man is up here and the woman's down here. Because when it's 2 alphas, that's the shortest one. That's not going to last long because you're both trying to drive the fucking car. And only one person's going to drive the car.
What do you have to say to that?
I get exactly what both of you are saying. I will let the man lead, but he has to
give you the confidence to give it to him. He has to prove himself for
and
that
he has to
worthy of
respect me
that.
at the end of the day.
No, he respects you for sure. He respects you. And if you see something that you truly believe
I'm
he's
telling you,
overlooked.
his love to you is respect to you.
Yeah.
His love to you is respect to you. I'm telling you.
So for me, like I've been in that situation, right? Where like he's driving and he'll be like, "Shh, 1 second." I'm just like, "Okay," and then like he does his thing, and then he'll be like, "Okay, what were you saying?" Like in the moment, or like so for me, I've been in both situations, right? And it's about the man. If it's a man who I trust to lead me, who I trust to keep me safe, yeah, I'll listen. I'll be submissive. And I've like my last relationship, I wasn't submissive because I didn't trust him to do a damn thing.
So I'm saying a guy that you trust, a guy that you're like in a relationship with.
Yeah. That's fine.
In that situation, if he's the guy that says, "Hey, I need you to have like one of my like requirements for a girl, she has to have unwavering trust." Unwavering. That means no matter what. And if I want her opinion, don't you think I'll ask for it? You don't think I'll overlook? You think I'll overlook me asking for her opinion if I think her opinion would be valuable in that circumstance?
But no, I get what you're saying. And I agree. If I would want to hopefully have unwavering trust. But trust is not given. It's honestly at the end of the day, like your actions determine my trust.
He has to earn it.
Correct.
Yeah.
He has to earn it. So if he's already earned it because we're already past that because we earned the relationship, right? Y'all are, I'm assuming, having sex or having some type of interaction like that.
Basically, you're letting guys in the door that you should have never trusted in the first place.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because they never earned it.
Yes. So that's another reason why girls are not virgins today, is because they're letting guys in the door who haven't earned it, and they're basically like rewarding these guys for not doing the work. And for the guys that are actually working their asses off to get to the position where they could provide for you, you give them all these headaches.
And I get why you do it. Like, there's a fantasy going on. Like, anytime you don't trust a guy and you're still with them, it's because you like the fantasy of the person. Like, whatever y'all got going, whether his looks or whatever it is that you like about him, you don't want to ruin that fantasy. You're going to keep the relationship going. If it's a situationship, whatever it is, you're going to keep it going because it's fun and it feels good. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be good for you in the long run.
What can you do better in your relationship?
Next one, in our next relationship. Yeah.
Nothing.
No,
She's
no.
perfect. She's the best, guys. Y'all DM her right away.
I know there's plenty of things that I've done wrong. in
Number
relationships.
one. Like if we were to call your ex, what would he say?
She's annoying.
Dude,
I'm just kidding. I was just messing with
he's
you.
joking. He's a
Actually,
comedian.
Lexi would know that answer.
No,
What would he say?
No, no,
Answer it for her. Answer it for her.
talk to me. We gotta-
I talk too much.
Hey, who said that? Who said that? That's it.
So quiet today.
That's it. That was the stream deck.
I guess it would be listening more. I could work a little bit better at being submissive. I just don't think it had anything to do with the people that I was with dating. That I was less submissive with them.
100%.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: didn't you pick those guys?
Yes. And
So couldn't you? So couldn't you also be better at picking guys?
Wait,
Yes,
wait,
that is
wait.
my
Can
ultimate
I
goal.
just
Yeah.
Let me ask,
when you
Here,
say,
I want to hear what she
when
said.
you say didn't you pick them? When you pick a girl, quote unquote, whatever picking means. I don't know if you're talking about when you pick them to talk to,
Yeah.
when you pick them to date, when you
Correct,
pick
correct.
them to marry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But is there a point where you can 100% say like I've picked this woman and she's perfect and everything is right and I know everything about her? Like, do you think that that's true? I'm asking.
No. It's way simpler than that. Hold on. Let me simplify this really quick. The
Close to
reason
the
why
mic.
it's her picking is because y'all are the gatekeepers of sex.
Okay.
Okay. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships.
let her finish.
So that's why it's very simple though. You got to bring it back to as simple as it
you
gets.
brought
Well,
you brought it to her real
because,
quick.
just because, okay, I don't think that you first of all, I don't think you can know completely 100% who someone is. So I don't think this like whole blaming, oh, but you chose them, oh, but you did this. People can put up a facade for months and months and years before you can truly know who they are, and that's just a risk that you take when you're dating in this world.
Well, if you don't have
But-
sex with them
Okay,
for
wait,
3,
wait,
4, or
wait.
5 years, then you protect yourself from what you just said.
I think sex is so fucking irrelevant in this situation. I don't think that is like an indicator of anything.
That's how a woman gets stuck
Wait,
with
wait,
the guys.
wait.
Hold on, no, because she ends up having sex with him. That's the only way that you end up in that situation.
What
If you
situation are you talking about?
in a situation where you're with a guy that you didn't that he faked a facade for you, or he finessed you or whatever, if you don't have sex with him, the longer you don't have sex with him, the harder it is for him to keep up the facade that you're saying.
Isn't it if you don't date them? Isn't it if you don't date them, then there's no like putting up that facade? I don't think.
No.
sex is-
You can date somebody for years, and then if he's gonna keep it up for 3 years without having sex with you, he's gonna keep it up for 3 years that everything he's doing is a lie. No, trust me, and no guy's gonna have dates with you for 3 years and then get married to you, or have sex or date you for 3 years and then fuck you and then run. He just wasted 3 years on your ass investing in you. He's not gonna run away after that. Like, what are you thinking? Like, if he will finesse you if you fuck him in the first week. He will finesse you if you fuck him early, because then there's no value in that. There was no investment in that. If you don't want to run into the situations y'all are talking about, stop sleeping with the guys. It's very simple. You get to you can discern very easily when you stop having sex.
Right.
If you sit there and you're the gatekeeper of sex. We can't force you to not open your fucking legs. Y'all do it.
So wait, you say that. And then Julian says by the third date you should have sex. And then Mikey says it should be
Oh
the
my
first date.
goodness. How many times have we
So-
talked about this? So here, no, hold on. Let me explain this, because we've already said this 10 times on the show. So hold on. I'm going to say it for the 11th time on the show, okay? Men have one dating strategy. Women have another, okay? We have completely opposite strategies. So what did they tell? Hold on. What they told you was that their strategy is. A man, hold on. Just let me finish. Just let me finish. No, let me finish. A male's strategy is that for us to have the best long-term partner is a girl that has burning, genuine desire for you and isn't going to leave you, is going to be super down for you like Bonnie and Clyde. And those girls that are super fucking down for you, ironically, don't make you wait a year. Ironically, don't make you wait 6 months. We have opposite strategies, complete opposite strategies. What did I tell you your strategy is? The beta bucks guy, the guy that's not going to leave you, but that's a risk for you. If you, like my girlfriend being with me, if I'm the type of guy that has a lot of options, it is risky for her. Do I provide a better relationship than the other one? Because you might get frustrated. The only reason why the beta bucks doesn't work for y'all today is because women sleep around. If you don't sleep around, if you have a 5 body count and you end up with a beta bucks, you will love the fuck out of that guy. Because you didn't sit there and pair bond with so many other men, it's easy for you to pair bond with the short fat guy. If you fucking pair bonded with 30 other dudes, you're never going to give the short fat guy a fucking chance. Ever. You're going to imagine fucking Chad and Tyrone from fucking a year or two earlier, and you're never going to give that fucking fat short dude a chance. So it's really about y'all. If you keep your legs closed, you will always find the best strategy. But we have two different dating strategies. You should always like to compare them. It's two separate things. What I want for me to make me happy is not what you need to make you happy. We're two completely different sexes. Now,
Can I get my
yeah, go ahead.
Can I get my question answered though? Like when you say picking someone, you're saying that when she chooses to have sex with someone, by then she should 100% know like exactly.
All right, check it out. If the guy hasn't even brought up marriage before wanting to have sex, that should tell you what's up. And so what's going on is our morals and ethics have gone down because we're further away from God. We're not, and I'm not even a religious guy. I used to be an atheist. I used to be agnostic. I used to be existentialist. I used to be all the is, right?
All
And
the isms.
all the isms, all that. And what I will tell you is that now we're so far away from God is that we don't even know what the hell's going on. We don't even know what's happening. So now girls are like using it as a tool to keep a guy or get a guy. And guys are using lies and fake money or fake clout to get the girls. And we're all just lying to each other.
They're both trying to finesse each other.
We're both finessing each other. Girls wear makeup, right? Back then, they weren't wearing makeup like that. Now girls wear makeup, fake lashes and everything. Sorry, baby.
BBL,
You look good,
fake
though. You look good
boobies,
without it. But yeah, fake boobies, all that.
fake teeth.
All that. Now dudes are putting little insoles in the shoes, right? To make them 3 inches taller. I'm sure you guys have seen that, right?
Or getting surgery in their damn knees.
In their knees, knee extensions, right? So that's pretty much where it is now. Like, that's why you have to be picky. And yeah, for a man, to his point, it is different. You know, we try to get laid sooner rather than later. But honestly, that's our biology. That's our fleshly desires. That's not necessarily what God wants for us. And if we are to be man of God, we have to learn how to control our desires. At the same time, though, we know that a woman of God is not going to just like go with it. They're going to be like, hey, if you really like us, they're going to wait. But if they're not a virgin, they really lose ground on that because it's like, well, you already fucked up with the other guy and I'm getting this shit. It's like, oh,
I can actually simplify it really well. Y'all know what a vibe is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for a guy, my best strategy is getting a girl that I got a vibe with. Like she vibes with me. That's my best strategy. That's the simplest way I can put it. Y'all's best strategy isn't always the vibe guy. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. That's
Like-
the easy way to put it, though.
yeah, sometimes the guy that gives you the best vibes, not the guy that's best for you.
He's the guy that's highest likely to probably run away if he's super.
But I
attractive.
will say this. I will say this for what you need, what girls should be looking for is a guy who is on his way up to growing,
The dark
building
horse.
something. Yeah, the dark horse, on his way up to building something where he's still not in society's eyes an alpha, but in his own eyes he's an alpha. And the way he's growing, the way he's doing it, he's becoming an alpha. If you can get that guy early on, before he's 30, before he's already reached success, 35, and grow with him the way that girls don't like saying it now, grow with him, most likely that guy's going to want you to be his assistant. He's going to want you to fulfill some type of role in his business because you not being productive in his business or helping him in his business is just a distraction. If he has to be distracted to hang out with you, and if you're not seeing him enough and you're bothering him because you only see him once a week because he's working so that he could be the man that you are attracted to, then it's most likely not going to work. So again, going back to what I said earlier, you guys will have to do more to get more, and to be attractive to that man who has these things, you're going to have to show him something different than anyone else. It can't be pussy. I'm telling you, guys who have gotten pussy, we've gone all shapes and sizes: tight, loose, wide, narrow.
wizard sleeves.
Huh?
Let's not.
I'm just saying, look,
What?
I'm just saying that pussy's just pussy, guys. One, you can do Kegels to tighten it up. It's not a big deal. Just do that, and use lube if you're ever dry. That will keep a man more than anything else that you've ever done sexually. That will do more. And then not only that, help him out in his business. Help him out with what he could be doing in his life. If you see that he's a bodybuilder, help him make his meals. If you see that he's an engineer, see if you can help him organize his tools. Right? And in your case, Rosna, what do you do to make your man happy? Like, what type of things do you do?
So he's in medical school right now. So he's studying to become a doctor. And we're long distance because of medical school.
Okay.
So he's from Dallas.
The reason why you're willing to stick with him, though, is because you know at the end of the road it's going to be something
So
good.
when I met him, he was in medical school.
Right. But
And I
he was the
didn't
dark
know-
horse.
I
But
I
you knew
guess,
he
I
had
don't know.
something.
I mean, yeah. that's what I'm saying,
Ambition,
is, like,
he had
it's, like,
something.
through getting to know him, like that's when I was like, okay, I'll obviously like, I want to date you because of like who you are.
But without that, he would be way less attractive because without that ambition, he would just.
I think without that ambition, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
mean, he said the same thing for me. Is like
That's
if
nice,
I
though.
wasn't,
That's
if I
honest.
wasn't goal driven, then he wouldn't have dated me either.
That's
I mean,
honest.
We've talked about that.
Mm.
So in terms of things that I can do for him physically, really tough. Just because I don't get to see him all the time.
How
So what
far
do you
away
do
is he?
emotionally?
How far away is
He's
he?
in Galveston.
Okay, that's not too bad at
What do
least.
you do for him, like in general?
In general, I mean, like again, always there to lend an ear. That's like the biggest thing. Is like, and if he's stressed, then sometimes like I'll order him food. I guess that's like as much as I can do, you know. And then I think a lot of it is just like if he needs time to himself, just because he has to like put his head down and study. Like I'm not gonna be there like, can you talk to me? Can you call me? Whatever.
Being
like
annoying.
I have to. I mean, I am annoying sometimes. But sometimes I'm like, okay, you need to put the shit down and like talk to me. But I think that's like the best ways like that we've talked about is like if he tells me like, hey, I need this data to myself, like that's fine, whatever.
Has
I
he-
mean, like.
Has it ever come up? Because it must be difficult being in a long distance relationship. And if this is not something you want to talk about, you don't have to. Has it ever come up that he's like, hey, you know, like I'm really horny. Like I just like, I want to see other people. Like I just need to see someone.
Alice is laughing because she knows he's not like that. No, I think if you're in medical school and like we've talked,
There's a bunch of nurses over there. I feel like those nurses might be.
and I mean I've talked with like his guy friends over there and everything too. Like
You got
they
spies?
always say, yeah, I got implanted, but I was saying like they barely have time to even like be.
Yeah,
horny like
he
that.
sounds like a good dude if he's going to school to be a doctor.
Like
I
he's
mean.
like
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: even if he barely, like, let's say he barely has time, right? If
even
you,
if he does feel like that, I don't think he'd ever bring up like, do I want to see someone else? If anything, he'll drive the 5 hours to come see me if he's really feeling that.
He's like,
What if it was-
it's worth it.
what if it was like some really weird situation? Like I know this is weird, but what if it was like at a party and something, and a girl like came on to him, and
Okay.
he was a little bit drunk, a little tipsy, and it was in the heat of the moment.
Okay.
Would you want him to tell you the night after, or like let some time go by, like 6-7 months, and then tell you?
Night after, obviously.
And then what would you do with the way you guys are right now? Would you forgive him, or would you?
This
break up
girl's
with him?
like from California. He's never gonna see her again. She was just visiting.
Yeah, it was like some random shit, and
Yeah.
it was just.
And he's
physical.
honest. He's being
It was
honest
just
with you.
physical. He tells you it's just physical. Like my dick.
Yeah,
is just
I don't
hard.
even have her phone number.
Like I was just.
I don't
turned
even have
on.
her Instagram, I
that's
promise.
it.
I don't know. I think it would take a very, very long time for me to be okay with it if I ever would be, because that's so far from who I thought he was.
Right.
Would you want
And
revenge?
It's like you're not who I.
Does it
pictured.
bother you to know that he may check out other girls? Like that's just his nature.
I mean, from what I know, that's not his nature. Even if he was, like, there's nothing that I can control. Like,
Right.
what I know and, like, what we've talked about is, like, he can't control me, like, at work. Like, if I'm, you know, obviously spending hours with other people, or if I go to parties here alone, like, without him, and I can't control him. So, like, whatever he does, like, on his own time, like, that's on him. And I'm not going to sit here and, like, mope around and be like, what if he's looking at other girls? Like, what if he's doing this? Like, whatever. Like, I'm
It's
not going to,
trust.
like...
But do you
Yeah,
but do you understand that reality though? That
that he
men
might be.
that
I mean,
men look
you
at.
can look all the time.
It's not
That's
it's not just might be. It's
But
like
don't
it
act on
happens. Yeah, the
No,
action. That's
it
what I'm saying.
happens. I mean,
That
that's like
happens.
at any age that happens. But I
Shit,
mean,
I see
if
a
you're...
girl walk by with big old titties, I'm looking too.
Right. Right.
It's just shit, like biology.
Yeah.
Biology.
Here,
I mean, that's a possibility.
here, let me read that super chat real quick. Bassett, go up to that super chat real quick. Embark
Yeah.
on the Brilliance podcast. Thank you, bro. $2. Ladies, why women take guys' last name? Ladies, why? I guess he meant to say ladies. Why do women take the guy's last name?
I personally would not take the guy's. I'm gonna be honest, but I also will say mine is also
That's
due
fucking
to
crazy.
cultural as well.
Oh, that's what every girl says today. Like
My mom didn't have
I
mine.
just have
even-
a badass
even-
last name.
even Hispanics say the same thing because they're like, "Oh no, there's two last names for us." No, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is like your mother didn't. But didn't you say your mother like runs your house? Didn't you say your mom was like the leader of the household?
That's crazy.
Right, but no, like my grandma, like culturally, like no, we don't do that.
None of them have ever taken a last name from a man.
No.
Not one of them.
What if
Your gran-
culturally your man they've never taken the woman's last name and he's
Fine.
a man of value?
So none of y'all take either one's last name is what I think she's trying to say.
Yeah.
Correct?
No,
Okay.
but for him this is a deal breaker. Let's say it's a deal breaker for him.
Then
Are you
shouldn't
taking
be
it then?
dating. You
Yeah,
shouldn't-
but
if
you guys-
that's- if
well, no,
that's
hold on,
a
hold
deal
on.
breaker-
I got a question though. Your culture, is for you. Do you plan on dating somebody that's only your culture?
No.
Okay, so why don't you respect other people's cultures?
Well, why can't they respect that? It can go both ways. Why can't they respect my own culture?
Well, because it's
if
a
I'm taking their name, like logistically thinking about it, social security number changes, bank card statements changes, all this and
I
that.
didn't know that.
Social security number?
Yes, that
Yes.
changes completely. Yep.
It's
like a whole year to 2 year process just to get your name
there's some
changed.
people that'll get married.
Social security number.
Yes, I'm like.
I'm gonna verify this and
Okay, go
out
ahead,
camera.
yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
double check. All right.
Verify it.
but like
I
but
didn't know that, but my best friend, because I was like, oh, why didn't y'all just like already get married? She's like, honestly, the paperwork alone to change everything is so expensive.
And it costs like $1,000.
It's
yeah,
so
but
expensive.
what I want to know though
It's just
is
stupid.
like,
It costs so
Your,
much.
your boyfriend's gonna be a baller. What are you fucking worried about?
do you want to be with a guy? So I know for your culture that's how it is, but say like American culture, European culture for sure, there's a lot of pride behind the man giving his last name because there's nothing else that connects that child to us technically. That baby that comes out of your belly, that is your flesh literally and stuff like that, that's what makes the connection with the mother and the daughter so close. But the one thing that makes a father feel like he has pride and he made that child is because of the last name. So for the child, will you at least let the child have his last name?
Yeah.
So you'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But your last name's not changing.
Yeah, my last name.
What if he's a super guy who's really, really good? Like I said, he's born in American culture or European culture, and he really is crazy about the last name thing. He's really crazy about it, and he knocks off every one of the boxes that you want. He hits everything. His height, his income, his everything.
Okay,
You're
but
going
if
to
you're
say,
talking
I'm not.
dream man. If my dream man walked in front of me today, yes, 100%.
Yeah, no, it's just to prove a point that it's conditional and it's
Yes.
based off of how shitty the
It's
dude
an
is.
evil world we live in.
And that's what's messed up. And that's what's messed up.
Yes.
That's
But I
the messed
just
up part
said
about
this
it.
whole time. I've been talking about the ideal man. This whole time.
But the ideal man
Is the dream
not-
man.
Is the dream man 100%.
What the fuck?
But the
I've been
dream
saying
man
that the
is
whole
not
time.
going to pass every single woman. That's
What?
not realistic.
Bro, the dream
No,
man is
not every woman gets their dream man. She is so real.
exactly.
That
Yes.
is so real. That's what she's saying.
Oh,
though.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Wait,
I think
what?
you're the confused
Yeah,
one. I don't know.
you're
Oh, fuck. I thought you were saying
Not every
No,
woman's
yeah.
gonna get their dream man.
that's why you have to concede. That's why you have to concede, not the man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to prove to you is that, like, at the end of the day, like, you're only saying that because you date losers. No offense. Like, if you dated a guy that was actually fucking worth it, you would want to give your last name to
Well,
him.
I want to combine them. Like, my name's cool.
Yeah, that's some Mexican shit.
It is. It is.
Why take the guy's last
Well,
name?
His
I
mom
feel like
did that
it's a-
too.
It's a form of submission.
You would do it?
I would do it.
Hell yeah.
She's like, I'll submit.
But you have such a badass last name too.
I know. I love my last name.
Honestly, I think it would be a cool idea if you both change your last name to something you
Yeah.
both decide. Start a new path with each other.
That's kinda
Yeah,
cute.
Like,
just
I think that's,
fuck
like,
your
cool.
ancestors.
I mean, no.
Cute
Hey,
idea.
they made their
Both have
name.
shitty names.
They did make their name.
They made their name
Yeah.
out of nothing.
Not all of them, bro. Like, that's
If I
like
wasn't
some shit that, like, the
connected to my
slaves had to
family,
do
I
and stuff.
In the
For the
beginning.
most part, we
But
did
there's-
not just create our names. A lot of us, like, me personally, my name, my mom's side literally goes all the way back to Charlemagne, like the Charles the Great from Europe, the guy that brought Europe back together and brought Christianity together in Europe. So I have a royal bloodline, and I would love to always represent my last name because of that bloodline. And so I think that everybody should have pride in their bloodlines, and you should have pride in your last name.
Unless your
Well, and
ancestry
mine
was
is-
shit, I
mine
think.
is indigenous.
Unless your ancestry is shit.
Yeah.
Not everybody has an ancestor that went through some crazy ass shit for you to be alive today, and I feel like you're just disrespecting the
True.
fuck out of them
That's
doing
true.
that.
That's true.
Mine is indigenous, and I have a huge family, and that's something that we all connect on is our last name. So, like, yeah, it's a part of who I am, and not everybody's like that with their last names, but for me, it is a huge part of who I am.
Yeah, Mexicans just be taking both of them. So they solved this issue a long time ago.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think?
I honestly haven't decided.
Oh.
In my
Poor guy.
like family, it's kind of like split. Like some women take it, some women don't. I mean, it's honestly up to you. I'm honestly just gonna. That's a game time decision.
What's your-
honestly.
what's
I
your
have no
Are you
idea.
talking
Depends on
about?
his last
Yeah,
name.
yeah. What's your culture?
Indian?
Okay,
What's
so
your
like
boyfriend say?
I actually mentor a guy who's an Indian guy, so I'm gonna go ask him tonight because his family's one of the richest families in India, and I can't wait to ask him though if that's true for most of the culture. I know.
don't think that's true. I think mostly the women take the guy's last name for sure.
Okay, yeah,
I think
but
that's pretty true. Like,
okay, well
across the board.
then culturally, then you should probably want to do that too. Now, what's your boyfriend? Is he Indian or what is he?
Yeah, he's also Indian.
Okay, well, why would you not want to respect him if it's normal and you know how crazy Indian culture is and Indian families are.
Sure.
Okay. And how marriage works and everything.
Sure,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been learning a lot about it lately. So
Okay.
if you know all that, then why would you not want to take his last name?
I mean, I don't think I have to decide that right now. I like my last name. I like my family. I like where I come from. I want to give that respect to my father to like keep his last
Damn.
name because like,
You don't think that your father, because he understands the Indian culture so well, he wouldn't want you to take his last name because he respects that man as well?
I don't think he's the type to be like, oh, you have to take his last name or
Well,
something.
no, I'm not saying that, but because I'm
Girl.
like I know Indian culture is really crazy,
That's
like
it.
super crazy, like super strict sometimes.
Yeah,
Or like
it is
very,
super strict.
very
It is super strict.
traditional. So
Okay.
like, and so your father wouldn't want it to be traditional. He wouldn't want you to take that man's last name.
No, I mean, he said it's completely up to me if I want to or not. Just because like my cousins have also not taken their husbands.
But like, so what's the reason why you wouldn't want to?
I like my last name.
Just because you like your last
I
name?
like my last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your reason, or what would you do?
I just said that.
Bruh.
I told you already.
Oh, you would want to do it, or you would like
I'd wanna-
you like the double Mexican name?
Yeah.
God damn, this is
I
very
had to grow
common
up with
today,
a
bro.
long-ass name. My kids can too.
I honestly think the reason why people or so many women say this shit today is because, like we've been bringing up this whole fucking show, there's a bunch of losers out here. I wouldn't want their fucking last names either. But if y'all actually had a dude that you really wanted, you would definitely want his fucking last name. It's like a huge sign of prestige. Like y'all know why guys want a really pretty lady next to them. Like my girlfriend's beautiful, and it's one of my favorite things about her because when I go out and I go to a club or I go to a charity event or I go to a political event and I have this stunning woman next to me, it makes me look incredible. If she is sitting there being respectful as fuck, being just all nice and modest and cool, I look like a fucking G. Everybody's like, damn, he's that guy. Look at that hot girl and look how submissive she is, and she's going to get a drink from. Wow, this is crazy. He must be doing something right in his life. I can tell how awesome a guy is based off of how the woman acts. So if like I had a panel of nothing but women in relationships, that how they act on this panel is a direct reflection of their man. It's a direct reflection of what type of guy he is. And so for us men, we really give a fuck about the last name thing. It's like that's I mean, and she would feel lucky. Like my girl begs to get married to me. Begs. She wants to have my kids so fucking bad. And there's a lot of people today that are just dating and they don't even have anything like that. You're just dating people and you don't even really care about them at the end of the day. It's weird. To me, it's super weird. Like I think everybody should be trying to like find the person that they're crazy about because then you're just wasting your time. I don't know. That's just me. I show full devotion when I'm in a relationship. Any responses? I'm sorry if I piss people off.
How we
No,
doing on time?
I've always said I'd rather have a lot of attention from my one man than have attention from like a ton of men.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, scroll up to that super chat. There was another one. $2 again from Embark the Brilliance podcast. Thank you, bro. Who wants to change their last name to Brilliance?
Just raise your hand. Brilliance? You like Brilliance?
Huh?
The name? It's pretty cool.
If you could make your own last name right now, what would y'all make your last name? If you could just make it whatever the fuck you
I
want.
would keep mine.
You would keep yours? Would you make a new name?
Honestly, if you have like a super cool like main character last name, like last name Powers or something.
Like, would you want?
Super cool.
Would you want it to be like your first initial and your last initial the same letter because that's like superhero shit? That's
Hey,
like mine. I'm
Oh,
Sergio
yeah,
Solis,
yeah.
SF.
Hey, for the record, he was talking about his last name. His last name is
Yeah, no,
Brilliance.
I
That's
got
what he
that.
said.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't get it.
Oh.
I didn't get it, but now I
You
get it.
didn't- You didn't look at the name of the
Would any of y'all
person?
change your
Oh.
last names? Would any of y'all change your last names to something random? What would you change your name to randomly? Your last name? Yeah, you're the one that said you wanted to do it. What would you change it to then?
I don't know. Well,
She said she would decide with her partner, and
with
her
my
partner's not here.
partner. With my partner.
Damn.
I'm just so
Damn.
curious. It's just when I
What
think
if he
about
says his
picking
last
that,
name though? What if he says his last name?
that doesn't make sense. We already asked her that. She don't want to do that. She wants to make her own.
She prefer not to, but if it was a guy of value, I'm sure she would
I
concede.
think it would just connect you guys more if you changed it together, you know?
He's like,
Instead of it just being one or the other, you know?
but the guy says, "Oh, but I feel way more connected with you knowing that you have my last name.
I mean,
I feel way
Are
more."
you the type that
connected."
you're gonna like name your kid like a super weird name and spell it all weird?
no,
I'm just making sure.
no. But listen, if he's gonna say that, oh, well, technically it would be his last name. If we changed it together, then it would also be his last name.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of deciding it too. No, here,
Yeah.
let's close it up, ladies. What was the last question that you want to ask for all of them?
Yeah.
tonight? I forgot.
What questions do you guys have for us? If you could ask,
Oh.
well, one, we could do two questions or just one question.
Yeah.
If you could ask your dream man any question, he's watching right now. If you could ask your dream man any question about how to get him or just any curiosities you have about his life or what he's doing, what would you ask? Go into the mic.
My first question would be when he's gonna meet me.
Mm.
Um,
You friend zoned him 3 years ago.
No, I don't.
Hey, you haven't friend zoned no one?
He was that nice guy that gave you those flowers, and you're like fucking simp.
Really? When you got dry after he gave you flowers, that's the guy that you're supposed to be with. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. What has he done that has like no? Okay, actually no. What is he gonna do to add value in my life? Point blank. Period.
We'll just stop picking shitty dudes, okay? Like I said, you are the gatekeepers of your vaginas. We don't force y'all to open them. So yeah, just pick a guy that actually brings a lot to your like you're saying. Oh, what's he gonna bring to my life?
You already know.
That's
You already
just
know.
so scary
We just
because
said
that
it.
means that you've only dated a bunch of dudes that didn't bring anything to your life.
You know
That's like, what the fuck?
And you know what's
Like, I
scarier
feel
than
bad
that?
for you.
You know
Like,
what's scarier than that? Her trauma is so bad is that I talked about her dream man, and she's still going back to that. And I'm talking about her dream man. You already know what he can do for you because he's your dream man. You already know he's 6 foot. You already know he's this.
Yeah,
You
he's
already
doing
know
a hypothetical saying that
and
he's
you're
already the
still-
perfect guy.
and you're still
and you're so
like-
bitter. You're going back to
yeah.
that.
What the fuck?
Yo, who hurt you?
No, like I'm gonna go hurt them. I'm gonna go hurt them. I'm sorry
Yeah,
for
who
whoever
did
hurt
it?
you,
Yeah,
but
who
that's
hurt
not
you?
all guys. I promise you. I
Maybe
promise
I
you,
don't-
there's
Like I
guys that
said,
are focused.
Men get punished so hard sometimes because of what other men did
Yeah.
to y'all. And like I said, we did not force you to open your legs. That was
And you know what's
feminism.
crazy?
That was feminism. That was society. That was a bunch of women telling you
Check
a
it
bunch of bullshit that made you do that.
check it
Not
out.
us.
You know what's crazy? You're gonna end up hurting a guy who's actually good, and he's gonna turn into the guy that broke your heart, and then he's gonna go do it to another girl, and you're reinforcing the cycle. You're
He'll be,
reinforcing it. Isn't that crazy?
He's gonna become a
That's
city
something
boy.
I've said that before on the show, and I was like, man, if I loved the wrong person that much, then why wouldn't I give the person that I want to be with that kind of love and devotion?
Yeah, you got to.
Like
It has to be a fresh slate.
like why would this bad
fresh
guy
save, yeah.
got
Has
the,
to be a
the
fresh
best
slate.
part of me, and this guy who I actually want to stay with not get that side of me?
You said
Good job,
devotion?
Lex Luthor. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Lexi, devotion is changing your last name to your man's last name.
If that's
one.
what he
Yeah,
asked of
quick
me and
hit.
it was like a deal breaker, then yeah, I'd consider it. But I feel like he would be fine with it.
No, if it was a masculine man, he definitely want his last name.
It's okay, bro. We already talked about it. We're not gonna say this on the show, but
Is there anything else that you'd ask him?
How do y'all feel about long distance?
How do we feel about long distance? It's funny because she's here.
No,
I'll actually say that I'm fully against long distance
my
relationships.
I'm not
dad
with you.
says amor de lejos es amor de pendejos.
What's that? What's that mean?
Nah, she's Spanish now. Roshni's Spanish.
What is it?
Basically,
What?
like long distance is for idiots. Like love of it's kind of hard to translate.
I just don't think it's real. I just think it's not real if you don't live with the person. Like, I swear to God, it's just not a real relationship. Like, you can't see how people normally are. People can lie and fake so much stuff. When you move in with somebody, you learn the full truth about them, the type of people they are, and everything. And it's fully serious. When you're lying next to somebody every night when you go to bed, that's fucking serious. It's not serious whenever you're like, just I think it can be serious if you're spending a lot of time together, like y'all constantly stay the night at each other's places. But for the most part, if you don't live with each other, it's not a serious relationship. And the reason why relationships suck so bad today is because like everybody's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, it's so easy to kind of like, oh, I'm just kind of in this relationship with this person. Whereas like if you're fully living with them, oh, you're dating with intention. That's intentional right there. That's super intentional. But yeah, what else did you or what did you ask? You just said that? Oh, yeah, you answered it,
long
though.
distance.
What do you think? Do you have anything?
What was the
What would you ask your dream man if he was watching right now?
Or do you have any questions about like men in general?
I'm just gonna ask the question to the dream man because it seems easier. Let's see. What more could I do for you aside from cooking, cleaning, taking care of you in the house, and fucking you on a regular basis and sucking your dick every day? Like, what more could I possibly do for you?
Be quiet.
Silence, sandwiches, and sex. That's it. The 3 S's. It's that. It's
Hey,
really simple.
let me ask you something. Come here. Come into the mic.
That sounds like your dream man.
Hey.
That's not my dream man.
Hey, you're talking out of turn. Hey,
Silence, we say.
Mine also
Okay.
wouldn't say that to me.
I know, but he can't talk to you all the time. Look,
Hmm?
be quiet. Hey, we're working on it. We're getting somewhere. Good job. Hey, no, but I could tell in your past it was kind of tough for you to be quiet. It was tough for you to like keep your mouth shut. Not in a bad way.
she said it at the
Actually, no.
beginning of the show that communication was one of your issues.
It was actually harder for me to speak up about things that were problems with me. If it was his issue, I had no problem talking. But if it was my issue, I could
I had
not
no
bring it
problem
up.
talking.
That's what I'm saying. If it was his issue,
You-
talk about it.
You constantly had to bring it up to him, though. That like he
No,
was a failure. He was
I'm
fucking
saying
up.
something that he had a problem with me about.
you would
I-
talk about it.
Mhm.
you would like bring it up to him.
Yes, but if it was my issue that I had with him, I would not.
Well,
I would not.
it's
talk about
actually like what that doctor was talking about on Fresh Fit the other night. Like whenever a woman, whenever a woman feels wronged, it's not the same as when a man feels like when a man feels disrespected. We want y'all to like fix something and apologize and do something about it. Whereas like y'all get mad at the way the guy reacted. Like if he was like mad at you about something and he reacts a way of like, oh, you should do that. You won't be mad at the fact, like you'll completely skip over the fact that you fucked up and be like, but why are you reacting this way? Because that's showing he's not a stoic man. So like, but that's like, we can't even communicate directly with y'all in those situations. So you need to learn in those situations that there's nothing he's going to be able to do. Like you're always going to see him as like fucking up just because of the tone that he said something to you. That's ridiculous, honestly.
So, yeah, you kind of got off a little bit with there, but when we're talking about, you being submissive or whatever, being able to like be quiet, and with other people you were able to be quiet. We talked about it a little bit, but what was the main reason that things didn't work out? You said that
With
your relationship. I mean, you're saying that
Like the last
you
one?
could be quiet. Yeah, you could be quiet, but like, what happened? You were willing to do everything, right?
I did do everything.
So what do you think? You did it. You just didn't pick good.
I didn't pick good
No,
at all.
she
He
didn't.
cheated on me consistently over a 2-year basis, and we lived together.
Oh,
With
yeah,
so many
so what do
people,
you
he
have to
lost
say to
count.
that then?
Did you-
But when a guy cheats,
So
No,
many
no, I'm
things I
saying
could say that
even-
I'm gonna.
There
even
was
when
so
hold on. I want to hear what she said. What did you
even,
just say?
even when you live together.
Yeah, what
Like-
like what is she supposed to do in that situation?
Right, like
He should have. You should have never been with somebody who was a cheater. And the only way that you. And here's the thing: a lot of guys cheat today because they get pushed into. It's two things. Okay, one of them is a guy who gives out validation is normal today. So a guy who likes girls' pictures, DMs other girls, fucking shows validation to other women. Y'all are like, oh, this is no big deal. No, like that's a really big deal. If he's doing any of those things, he's simping all the fucking time. So that means that even in the relationship, he's gonna be doing that shit too, and that's a red flag. Yeah, go ahead. What?
If I may, it wasn't women.
Oh, it was men. Okay, yeah, that's an
Wait,
even
what?
bigger red. I mean, yeah, even bigger red flag. Like either way, like yeah, you still didn't.
wait.
see-
Does past matter? Does past matter? Real quick, someone's past. Should we judge like on body count stuff like that? Should a man judge a woman on her
No,
body count?
Not body
Okay, what about you?
Me?
Body count? Should men judge?
No.
Should men judge on body count?
No.
Should men judge on body count?
Oh no. I don't think
What?
so.
Men should judge on body count? Yes or no? No.
Well,
Okay.
actually, I have a
Yeah, go ahead,
clarification.
go ahead.
I don't. What I always said is like I don't think it's body count. I think it's how you chose the people that you sleep with.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You chose not your husband.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's
they
how
chose
you
not their
chose.
wives.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like.
like, what do you mean? How you chose? Like,
I'm
what do you
saying-
mean?
I'm saying like if you're someone who has like let's say a body count of like okay, I might have like a different scale of body counts, but let's say you have a body count of like 10 or 20. But those are people that you genuinely connected with and you like whatever, right?
Did you?
Just because you were generally attracted to
I
them.
think I know what you're getting at.
But if
Is
you,
my body count because of like a serious relationship with somebody I thought I was gonna be with forever, or was I sleeping around for fun?
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you're just like
Like-
fucking anyone
Mhm.
and you have a body count of like 3 but you just fucked them for fun, like I respect that less than someone who has a body count of 10 but you genuinely had like you respected and genuinely cared for those people.
10
Is that what
people.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't
I
think-
know it's a lot, but that's how I see it.
Most people, they're not going to behave like that if, like, they're going to behave the opposite of what you said, based on the way you were describing it. Most people would behave the opposite. I've never
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
I've never seen what you're describing before. But
But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
we're going to ask.
We got some super chats.
All right,
No.
go.
Yeah, well, let me see it. $5 from Refined Randy. Do you think a man would rather have a woman with a promiscuous past and she puts out for him before marriage, or wait? Do you think a man would rather have a woman with a promiscuous past and she puts out for him before marriage?
Or
Okay, what's the next? And click the next one. Or do you think men would rather have a virgin and wait to get with her? until marriage.
Great question.
Yeah, ladies, do you think a man would rather have a woman with a promiscuous past and she puts out before marriage, or a virgin that's gonna make him wait?
I think they would rather have someone a little bit more promiscuous, and I say that because I think now, from what I've seen, a lot of men value that sexual attraction.
From what I've seen, the guys you like sexual activities. Come on, don't snitch on yourself.
I think it depends on the man and what his values and standards are.
Yeah.
So you think that like a guy who has a lot of
You
values and
know my
standards, he wants the virgin.
situation.
I know. So like those guys though that have a lot of values and
Yes.
standards, they want the virgin, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then y'all would all kind of generally agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a guy who doesn't have any standards or anything wants the girl that is promiscuous?
Absolutely.
Would
because
y'all
of
rather
that
be with a guy who has
experience.
standards or a guy that doesn't?
Standards?
Oh.
Are any of y'all virgins? y'all want a guy with standards, but none of y'all are virgins.
Oh, that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna be
waiting
honest, I am
for.
one.
Huh?
Oh, you're a virgin?
You're a virgin?
Yeah.
Where's
No,
the
you're
Bible?
lying.
Where's the Bible at? Get a Bible.
Now make her swear on the Bible.
No, I don't,
For real?
I
No,
don't.
I'm dead
Thank you.
serious.
Congratulations. I said thank you. I don't know why I said thank you, but it's
You
good.
from Dallas,
No, I'm
right?
dead serious.
That's that. You know what? That helps your argument a lot. This whole
Yeah.
time, this helps because you can be picky.
It
I'd
dep-
say virgins are the ones that can be picky compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but it depends. Like, how hard are you like standing on this? Like, how like how much do you bring that up? I guess like when you go on dates with guys, or like, do you have a bunch of guy friends?
Yeah.
Okay, see, it doesn't matter then. It just like it's great that you're a virgin, but then it's ruined by the fact that you're never gonna want to set like you're never gonna end up being with a guy because a lot of virgins do this. A lot of guys in the Christian culture do this, especially men, where they're like, oh no, I'm a virgin, I'm fucking perfect, you know, blah blah blah. Like I need to find somebody who's a virgin also, or they're like this. And the problem is like you end up stuck forever
Well,
whenever
and
you
that's
think
the
that you're better than
point
everybody
I
else.
wanted to say is if a man wants a virgin, he should also be one, and the place to get one is in the church.
Yeah.
Are men and women the same?
No, and that's
Is
the
it harder
thing,
for
is
women to
there's-
get sex or harder for men to get
Oh, it's
sex?
harder for men for sure, but
She
So
has
should
tons
it-
of virgin dudes that she could pick from. There's
Right.
thousands of them.
I didn't say
So-
I wanted a virgin.
I know exactly.
Exactly. So,
again, it comes down to your
prove our point.
personal morals and
But
standards
you're-
and what the person is expecting.
yeah,
of
but your
you.
thing doesn't make sense because it's way harder for a dude to get sex. So a dude should be rewarded if he's refraining from having sex. If a dude's refraining from having sex in a relationship, he should be worshipped compared to just a girl not fucking. Like what? Y'all have 17 times less testosterone than
I
us.
think
We should be worshipped for not fucking other
we
girls.
have so many more options too.
Yeah.
Sure, but just because you have options doesn't
So we
mean
should
that.
always also get respect for not doing that.
No, that just makes you a hoe. That
It-
just makes you a hoe if you fuck those options.
Wait, how old are you though
I'm not
again?
saying I do. I should.
23.
You're
I should
23.
be respected.
And you
for
wanna
not
wait till
being a
marriage?
hoe, no.
No, because you just had to be born. Men have to work to be a homemaker. You have to work to become someone to become a homemaker to even fuck.
It's actually easy to be a hoe as a woman. You just open your legs.
That's
you
it.
go put your ass up and
That's-
You can
outside.
be a
and do it.
4,
It's
you can be a
faster.
3, and still get more sex than a 9 guy if he's just
That's-
focused on his purpose.
And I want a man who will respect me for the choices that I make.
Because you didn't. Do it.
Okay. So back to my question earlier,
Just
body
like I
count.
would-
Why does body count not matter?
Are you referring to me or referring to
Anyone, just in general? Because you said earlier,
Yeah, I
why
don't
can't
see
we?
it
We
as
can't
I'm
judge.
Just
not
past
waiting for
matter.
marriage. If that's a misconception.
Should
I'm
men?
just
Should
waiting.
you said earlier men shouldn't care about body count?
Yeah.
Why? Why not?
Because if they're a man, then they would want to.
If they're a man.
Let her finish, bro. I want to see
I'm
what she
sorry.
says. I'm a trapper right now.
If they're a man, then if I'm a virgin and that's something that they have a problem with, then so be it. They can leave. Find
Why would they
another
have a
woman.
problem with it? They won't. Trust me.
No, you're not. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
No, I guess you won't relate to this because you're a virgin, but for other girls, so girls that are not virgin. So, should body count matter to a guy? You said no. Why?
2 reasons. One, because I don't care about his body count. I
Yeah.
don't believe that his past should matter.
You don't
neither
think
should
his
mine.
past matters? Great.
Yeah.
Next,
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
because his past don't matter.
Yeah. his
Okay,
past doesn't
great.
matter.
Body
I-
count matter to
no,
men?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because again, like I don't have that standard for them, so they should.
His past doesn't matter. His past doesn't matter.
past is different though. Past versus body count is different.
No,
If
his
you-
body count past. His body count past.
I mean, if it's in like the fucking 50s, I'm like, do you have a problem?
No,
Like,
let's say it's like something less than you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of and actually we actually had talked about this.
Just give me the answer.
I said no.
Okay, I don't need to ask. Okay, check this out. You don't care, right?
Yeah.
You don't care, right? About his past? You don't care about his past? He said, babe, I got fucked in the ass.
I'd be like, did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, period. Good for you. I didn't do it, but it's good for you. I
No,
guess.
but you're staying with him?
You can't.
You're staying with him? You're staying with him?
Oh, wait, as
I
in like,
did.
Huh?
I did.
like as in
You found out he was gay and you stayed?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh,
Why are you
I
good?
don't know about all that.
can't kink shame people.
I knew she was gonna say that.
Wait, so you would accept them?
Yeah.
You would keep them around?
Yeah.
She likes to peg dudes. I can already tell.
I've never
crazy.
done that.
Hey, yo.
Hey, your boyfriend, you found out he did this in the past. What would you say? Would you break up with him?
No, unless he's like, oh, I
What
want
the
you to do that
fuck?
to me every single time. Then I'd be like, I'm not into that, and then I'd be like,
But that wouldn't bring no red flags to you guys?
No, I don't think
Y'all
so.
don't get ick? Y'all don't get ick by just imagining your dude getting fucked by another dude?
I mean,
what the
ick,
fuck?
yes.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Here, let me
biologically,
let me help you on
Why?
this.
Help me
one.
out, Sergio.
Here, no,
Dude,
hold on, ladies. Hold on, one second. Let me ask
your
this.
emotion, and then we
No.
get it. You're like, wow.
Well, he kind of. There's a way better way to ask this. So, like, the real way to ask this is: would you, if you found out that you were about to get married to a guy, you're about to walk down the fucking aisle, and you found out 20 years in the past he was a fucking porn star and he did gay porn only. He only did gay porn. Will you not? Are you going to cancel the wedding because you found out that he did gay porn before your 20 years in the past? Would you cancel the wedding?
Is he gay?
He did it 20 years ago.
But
No,
is he
but
gay?
he
Like,
did
minute?
it.
No, right now he loves you. He says, "I'm never going to fuck another dude again."
And he hasn't for 20 years. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
Yes, he did. He was a gay porn star. He hasn't done it in 20 years.
I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You gonna be with him?
That's so fucking funny.
I'm gonna say no, but just because he's a porn star and like our kids.
I know why. I know why you said no. I'll tell y'all why in just a second.
I don't care.
You don't care? Yeah, she wants to peg him. Would you care? You wouldn't care? It was 20 years ago. You wouldn't care? Most women actually would care, and I think a lot of y'all are coping and lying. But he kind of asked a question before that just ruined. Like, if I would have got to say mine first, I probably would have caught y'all on that one. Because the thing is, most of y'all don't want to be with a guy, in the long run, because there's a high chance if he already say like he's the type where he likes to fuck women, that's okay because women don't give out sex to everybody. It's kind of hard for him to get it. A dude though, if you find out that he was gay in the past, oh, he's gonna go get his dick sucked from other men. He's gonna go fuck other men.
That's what I was asking. Is he gay?
Well, no, it's the risk. It's the risk. It's not worth you getting married to a guy and then next thing you know, 5-10 years later, when y'all have kids and you have a family, and next thing you know, he's gone because he fell in love with another dude.
confused.
How are you gonna know he's not gay anymore?
No, and I'm saying, but
She's just naive. She believes everything
no,
a man
because
says.
One,
He told me
he
he's
was
not
a
gonna
porn
do
star.
it.
No,
He's
you
not
just
gonna
said he was
do
a
it.
porn star.
Yes.
Don't
So
trust our
that's
men.
like his profession.
20 years before, that was his profession. Yes. It's not rocket science. Very
But she's
simple.
saying it's a profession. It's separate.
It's a
Yeah, it's
profession.
She's saying it's separate.
It's not separate. If you fuck people in
Dude,
the
there's
ass,
no
or
way.
if you get fucked in the ass, it's gonna have an impact
Oh.
on you. I know that a lot of women in this generation think that pornography does nothing to you,
Okay.
but there was an awesome documentary where they actually proved this.
No, there's
And
no
they showed men after they got out of pornography 20-30 years later, and they showed women after they got out of pornography 20-30 years later. The women were fucking destroyed emotionally. They had nothing good for them in their life. The men had perfect lives and wives and kids and families.
Off the rails, bro. We're focusing on this one right here. You're talking about this porn star, right? Let's assume they're not a porn star. Let's assume that you just saw a sex tape on his Google Drive, and you seen that there's a sex tape of him getting fucked in the ass. You ran across it. You just ran across it. He wasn't a porn star. He just liked taking dick.
Yeah.
How do you know he's not gay anymore?
You guys are saying like he's gay at one moment in his life, and then he's not gay now.
Here, let me really simplify this because we always overcomplicate. It's very simple, okay? A guy
No, okay,
is
at
a
the end of the day, if you want to put it point blank period, like black and white, if he's doing that in the past, then I'm not going to do anything with him. We're going to break up the marriage.
Boom.
Exactly, and that's my
Boom.
point because it's a huge risk. Knowing that, okay, normally he can only cheat with 50% of the population. If he had gay past, that means he could cheat with 100% of the population. That means that he could just find a dude out here on the fucking street, a crackhead, to suck his dick.
But
That's
also,
not cool.
biologically, guys have a G spot in their anus.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
means that we're meant to put stuff in our butts, right?
You can if you enjoyed it.
I'm pretty sure there's some other adaptation like benefit for that. I'm sure there's
Wait,
not for
how
sex.
do you know this if you're a virgin though? It's
No,
kinda
it's-
something
I'm
I hadn't known.
educated.
The internet. It's
Also,
internet.
if she's
Like,
fucking
learn
other
everything.
dudes, then
It
she's
is.
still a
It's
virgin.
common, it's common knowledge.
It is common knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
For y'all?
Yeah, what was there another super chat, bro?
No.
Hey, ladies, just really quick. I only know a couple of y'all answered. Was there any questions for men? Did anybody else have a question for the guys? If not, then we'll probably close it out. Anything else?
For my dream man.
Yeah.
When are we getting married? What is the game plan? What's the business? Where are we gonna be in 5 years? That's all I gotta know.
You willing to do whatever it takes?
Yeah.
All right, I like that. All right.
Dude, I don't have a. I don't
Well,
even-
you already have a dream man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you better just say I already have him.
You just go and hop on the phone and you get off.
I'll just call him and ask.
All right. All right. Okay, so we asked what would you do for your dream man? And everyone
Yeah.
answered.
I think everybody's good. No, I think we're ready to close it out, guys. That was a really good one. Ladies, I really appreciate y'all for coming. Y'all were all really good sports. I was really on top of my being a dickhead tonight.
Wait,
so.
we got one more. One more
Oh,
super
we got
chat.
one more. Let me see that. $5 from Refined Randy. Thank you, bro. Yes, there's another super chat. It's incoming. Oh,
real
what?
quick. I gotta finish up with this part. So, what do you think about what she said about how she would like break off the marriage? Would you break off the marriage if you found out he was just gay at some point?
If he was just gay,
Like
She already said yes to this question. She already
She
said
would
that
break
she
up?
would. Yes, she already said that she would.
I said yes I can't talk. To it being like if he was a porn star simply because of the
I
fact
know,
that he was
but that's what I'm saying. If he wasn't a porn star, that's what I was trying to clarify it.
Well, but then that makes like that whole makes no sense. Like,
No, it does make sense because they're making it about being a porn star. That's why it makes sense because they're making it about being a porn star. So let's say he was just gay.
No, it's not even about the porn star thing. I'm telling you, bro. It's just the gay thing. It's
I know.
a risk if he's gay.
No,
period.
but she's saying. I understand that what you're saying, but I want to hear from her. I want to hear from her. Without him being a porn star, what would be the reason then?
I mean, like Sir, you
She's
said
gonna
it
be
does.
PC. She's not gonna say that. It's
I just need
disgusting
her
that
to
he took
answer.
dick
I
in
just
it.
need her to answer it, bro. I just need her to answer it.
So, like, because I have dated someone that was into that side of things, I took it with a grain of salt. I was understanding and accepting of him, but it was the stepping out for me. So the risk of somebody stepping out, that would be my issue. So if I knew that this is still going to be an issue in the future, then absolutely not.
All right, well, I'll just answer it. The way that you think about that guy is the way guys think about girls who had sex before marriage. For every guy that you had sex with before marriage, that's the same as guys think about all the dudes that dude would have fucked. Or like how we're saying in this example, that's the same thing. That's the same way. We get an ick thinking about all the dudes you fucked. The same way that you would get an ick for thinking about the guys we fucked if we were to fuck dudes. That's the same ick. It's the same level of disgust.
Okay, but does it go both ways?
It doesn't go both
No,
ways.
we
because
love lesbians.
because to her point, she doesn't want to fuck a virgin. Why does she not want to fuck a virgin?
Say that.
You said you wouldn't fuck a virgin.
No, I said I don't.
No, hold
care.
on. I want. She asks it the same the other way.
Y'all
It's
need to listen
it's
better.
the actual opposite. We men love lesbians. We would love to be with a girl that's a lesbian. It's the opposite for y'all because it's risky for you. It's not risky for me. It's not risky for me at all to have a threesome with another girl with my girl.
No, that's not
It's-
risky at all.
it's not at all.
next
It's
super
risky.
chat is up.
Huh?
The super chat is up, so because that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah, $5. Refined Randy. Ladies, choose a 5'4" guy who makes 120K or a 6'3" guy who makes 60K. Ooh, 5'4" guy who makes 120 or a 6'3" guy who makes 60.
Hard work guy that makes 160.
How tall are you?
The money and the height
Height.
doesn't matter.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
Here, let's go around. Hold on, let's go around.
I'm with the money and height doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Depends on how I feel.
So
about
you'll
you.
take but well then pick one.
Assuming you feel the same.
I'm
Yeah.
4'11". Height really.
I
doesn't matter.
just here just pick one because she said it doesn't matter either way. So pick one.
Assuming they have the same personality.
You want the 5'4" guy who makes 120 or the 6'3" guy who makes 60?
I guess if it was like based on that.
Is it your
alone-
turn?
Man, yeah, you see me walking over
Sorry,
here.
no, I didn't see. I was
Yeah,
looking.
damn.
My bad.
You
my
please
bad.
go.
Yes. The only difference that this makes me superficial. The 6'3".
What about you?
Not really. It's a question.
It's just a question. We're not gonna roast y'all for your fucking preferences. Y'all aren't men. Only men get roasted for their preferences.
Honestly, I don't like answering this question.
She's the type that wouldn't like it.
This
It
table is
is
so
fucking-
PC, dude. So scared to hurt
bad.
people's feelings. Like
No, no,
it's
no.
okay, guys.
Maybe we're
It's
just
not
good
to hurt
people.
people's feelings. It's to stay true to my heart and my character.
So which one?
Yeah,
The
answer
5'4" guy
honestly,
that
man.
makes 120K then?
Honestly, neither. Okay.
You don't want either one because
No,
why?
No. If I have to make a
Here, talking to the mic,
just
please.
If I have to make a decision just based on the money and the height, then that's not really giving me any concrete.
We're gonna say
Cool
their
towards them.
personalities are the same. They both got equal riz.
They're twins. They look the same. Everything.
Yeah, other than their height,
Yeah,
they're
other than
like
the
they're
height.
twins.
So they're fucking Danny DeVito and what is his fucking name?
Just
You
answer the
guys know the
question.
fucking movie. Whatever.
That's it.
Honestly, for fuck's sake, I'll just say the 5'4" guy. Fuck it. I don't care if I date a short guy.
Okay.
I can't do the shorter than me thing.
No.
So I'm gonna do 6'3". But I'm saying this as like, if he makes 60K now, he could easily make 120K later. That's
How
all.
tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Oh,
As long as I think it's better for her to say 6'3". If is your boyfriend taller than you,
He is.
then that's probably the best thing to
That's
say.
fair.
I agree
I
with
feel like
that.
there's a lot. You can't just stay at 60K your whole life. Like you can make more. So I don't
Yeah.
think
She has a good mentality. I like your mentality
Yeah,
behind that.
I
What do you
agree.
think?
Some
Um,
people do.
Honestly, 6'3" is a little tall for me, so I'll take the 5'4".
Okay.
Since we're young.
With
Yeah,
the
exactly.
you want the provider. Okay. No,
Yeah,
that was
you
a
get
good
the
one.
best of
Thank
both worlds.
thank you, Refined
Yeah,
Randy,
exactly.
for that one, bro. That was a real tongue twister for everybody. It seemed like. But no,
These girls are capping, man.
I know. I can't. Next week we'll have dunce caps in, guys. So when the girls say goofy shit, we're gonna put a dunce cap on them. But no, I really appreciate all y'all coming, ladies. This was a really fun one. We got to dive deep and really try to peel some layers back on some goofy shit. I really appreciate all y'all though. I want y'all to come back. The chat. We will see y'all. What is today? Wednesday. We'll see y'all on Friday. I got a good pre-show
Wait,
for
wait,
y'all.
wait,
on
wait,
Friday.
wait.
What?
I missed one. I missed a super chat.
Oh, you missed one. Do you think men would rather have a virgin and wait to
Isn't
get
that
married?
the-
No, no, no. That
That
was
was a
connected with the last one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it was.
bet,
Yeah,
bet.
yeah, we did that one. But no, thank y'all, chat. We will see you on Friday for sure. Thank you, ladies, once again. Thank you, Johnny, bro. Thank you for doing
bro.
a really fire pre-show for the guys, giving value for everyone. But yeah, guys, we will see you on Friday. It's our 1-year anniversary on Friday, so please show up for that.
Hey, y'all like the fucking video right now?
Yeah.
Give it a like. Before
Like-
we go.
Like the video. Make sure to show some love, and we will see you on Friday for our 1-year anniversary, man. Peace the fuck out. Click end stream. God damn.